softball coach. She also plans to live in happily ever after in a wigwam. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 softball Cherokee Ridge. The Spanish Club queen is Miss Audrey Boyd. She's a senior and the daughter of Rick and Sally Boyd. Her escort today was Cameron Nichols, and she's being escorted tonight by her father, Rick. Her future plans are to attend Oklahoma Baptist University and follow God wherever he leads. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 Spanish Club queen, Audrey Boyd. The SWAT queen is Miss Elizabeth Johnson. She is the senior and the daughter of Chester and Teresa Johnson. Her escort today was Tanner Epperson. She's being escorted tonight by her father, Chester. Her future plans are to go to college, marry the man of her dreams, travel the world, and fulfill God's purpose in life. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 SWAT queen, Elizabeth Johnson.
Friday Night Bulldogs, can you hear me? Friday Night
Tennis queen is Miss
Bulldogs, can
Sophie
you hear
Southern.
me?
She is a senior and the daughter of Mike and Julie Southern. Her escort today was Tucker Hoffman. She is being escorted tonight by her father, Mike. Her future plans are to attend Oklahoma State University, become a nurse or an attorney. She then wants to marry an NFL player or plastic surgeon and have 2 to 6 kids. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 tennis queen, Sophie Southern. The track queen is Miss Montana Hummingbird. She is a senior and the daughter of Darren and Toby Hummingbird. Her escort today was Austin Peck. She's being escorted tonight by her father, Darren. Her future plans are to attend Oklahoma Baptist University and be on their track team, major in missions and sports ministry, and then join the Peace Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 track queen, Montana Hummingbird. The vocal queen is Miss Michael Wagner. She is a senior and the granddaughter of Terry and Linda Walker. Her escort today was Kendall Cook. She's being escorted tonight by her grandfather, Terry. Her future plans are to attend college and become a paralegal. She wants to say thank you to her grandparents for everything
Test.
and hope she makes them proud. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 vocal queen, Michael Wagner.
Test.
The volleyball queen is Miss Skylar Bruce. She is a senior and the daughter of Scott and Kim Bruce. Her escort today was Corey Tipton. She's being escorted tonight by her father, Scott. Her future plans are to attend college, get a good job, and live a happy life. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 volleyball queen, Skylar Bruce. Our wrestling queen is Miss Sydney Stafford. She is a senior and the daughter of Rick and Sheila Stafford. Her escort today was A.J. Floyd. She's being escorted tonight by her father, Rick. Her future plans include going to Oklahoma State University studying interior design and business. She then wants to make a living planning weddings and events. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 wrestling queen, Sydney Stafford. Our yearbook queen is Miss Victoria Barney. She is a senior and the daughter of Johnny Barney and Albert and Tammy Jones. Her escort today was Travis Brown. She's being escorted tonight by her father, Johnny. Her future plans are to attend Oklahoma State University, get a degree in education because she wants to be there for children like her teachers were there for her. She then plans to further her education with a degree in interior design so she can have a fun summer job. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 Victoria Queen, yearbook queen is Victoria Barney. Our flower girl this year is Miss Olivia Elise Bowman. She is a kindergartner in Miss Charbonneau's class. She's the daughter of Bo and J.C. Bowman and the granddaughter of Anthony and Sherry Wagner and Carolyn Bowman. Her future plans are to become a cheerleader while in school, then a doctor, then a mommy. Olivia is being escorted by our crown bearer, Caleb Twain Dar. He's a first grader in Miss Lancaster's class. He's the son of Dennis and Kim Dar. and the grandson of Dennis Sr. and Denise Dar, and Nancy and the late Mark Hellinger. His future plans are to go to college in Tulsa, steer wrestle in a rodeo, get married, and have 3 kids. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2013 crown bearer, Caleb Dar, and flower girl, Olivia Bowman. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. The 2013 Wagner All-School Homecoming Queen is Miss J.C. Thompson.
Welcome, everyone. If you're out there getting a few sound checks, hopefully everything is going well for you at home as far as the picture is concerned. If not, let us know either by text or through our chat room. Appreciate everyone logging on. We're doing some adjustments here. Not sure if you guys are able to hear me. Well, it looks like you might be able to. But I'm standing alongside Harlan Johnson and Roger Schilling tonight as the Wagner Bulldogs take on the Miami War Dogs. And you guys let us know how things are going on at home. I bet the picture's probably pretty good, and just make us aware of what's going on with our sound. Harlan, you were here, well, actually you're in Tulsa last week. You weren't here last week, but you're in Tulsa. A little shaky to start out with on the Bulldog side of things as they play the McLean Titans. What was the feel of? Is it anxious or just anxiously awaiting, or anxiously waiting to see what was going to happen?
Well, I really don't know what was going on last week, Jeremy. If it was anxiously awaiting, I think it was just a weird situation. No crowd at all, no momentum on either side really last week, and everybody just seemed flat, not only on the Bulldog side but also the Titans side. And so it'll be interesting to see how they come out this week. We have homecoming festivities. Surely the energy level is a lot higher this week than it was last week. And there on the video, Jeremy, they're probably seeing the band getting in formation as we get ready for the national anthem here.
Just about to step into our moment of silence, and as they raise the flag here in just a second, we're honoring Kyle Emmons during this game, and we'll come back on that story as it's a story of heroism of a former Wagner grad. We'll come back to that in just a moment.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join in singing our national anthem, which will be played by the Wagner High School Marching Band under the direction of Jeremy Williams, Dave Smith, and drum major Amber Fry. When you're not here in person, you would want to join.
Hope everything, whoa, let me turn myself down here, a little loud. Hopefully you guys can hear us at home. That was the Wagner High School Marching Band playing the national anthem. As we are about 2 minutes away from kickoff. Actually, it's going to be a little bit longer than that, Roger, because we don't have any football teams out on the field yet.
No, we don't, not at this time. And I got to say one thing. When Jeremy asked me to do this, I said, oh, okay. And then, I come in here and he's got this Jay Leno looking microphone. So bear with me tonight.
Roger's going to do just fine. I told him he could be the Dennis Miller of Monday Night Football, and I think he'll do perfect like that, for sure.
That's like one and done.
That is true. I think he was done after 1 year as the Wagner Bulldog captains are on the field. That's number 2 A.J. Freeth, number 20. Not sure who number 20 is out there right now. Number 2 is Hayden Ford. Number 3, A.J. Freeth. Number 64 is Anthony Ashley. And number 20 is Thavian Fazan.
Number 82 is Brett Testerman. Co-captains for Wagner, number 2, Hayden Ford. Number 3, A.J.
As the Miami War Dogs and their captains come and meet the Bulldogs at midfield for the coin toss. We're still a couple minutes away. Again, the football teams haven't even made it onto the field. So if you're just now tuning in, you haven't missed anything. As we're adjusting the sound, I know the video is probably really clear, so we appreciate the Wagner High School Mass Communications class providing Friday Night Bulldogs for tonight. And let us know again through text or through our chat room and make sure everything is going okay.
Now we've got him. He's Anthony Ashley. That's number 64 for Wagner. The officials this evening on behalf of the Bartlesville Area Officials Association. The back judge, Mr. Rick Fisher. The line judge, Mr. Danny Pruitt. The linesman, Mr. James Breeding. The umpire, Mr. Tyler Wilkie. And the referee this evening, Mr. Mark Wills.
Still waiting on the teams to come out on the field as the coin toss, Harlan, is taking a little bit longer than normal. They're still out there trying to determine, I guess, heads or tails.
Yeah, it looks like they're having a little bit of a hard time with that out there as they're still having conversations, talking it over. Maybe, Jeremy, they went over the entire rule book before the game's going to get started just to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Well, either that or Roger might be what was that, Steelers, Lions back on Thanksgiving Day several years ago where they called the coin toss and said heads and the refs thought they were tails. Maybe that's what the problem is down there.
Looks like they're starting to get it sorted out down there, Jeremy, as the War Dogs are going to receive to start the game off.
So they will be receiving it from, if we're looking east to west, but the field is going north-south, and the Bulldogs, Wagner Bulldogs, will be defending the south end. I had to get my directions right there, Roger. I know.
Get your magnometer set.
So we hope you guys are doing well at home. We appreciate you tuning in to Friday Night Bulldogs. Hopefully everything is going well. Let us know if it's not, and we'll try to make some adjustments here. We appreciate everyone that logs on every week despite the problems. I know we had some problems last week with Tulsa McLean, but we're hoping that we have gotten those bugs worked out. And there's the fight song, and you'll be seeing the Bulldogs coming onto the field. Led out by the cheerleaders this time. And Roger, it looks like they've got pink pom-poms down there.
It's almost like the NFL. I do feel like I'm on Monday Night Football.
Hey, we'll take that. We'll sign up, right, Harlan? Anybody want to sign us up for Monday night? We know it's Friday night, but we could probably stumble through it.
Hey, we'll jump right on in there, and we'll call some names and call a little bit of the game.
As the Wagner High School band is running off the field now. Not sure if that's a real good idea with 50-pound tubas and things of that nature, but hey, I guess they're ready to get off the field. The Bulldogs are definitely ready. The War Dogs are ready. And we're ready up here for Friday Night Bulldogs, and we appreciate everyone that's logged on. And the kick is upcoming.
And Jeremy, we say the War Dogs are ready, but I'm not so sure as, they come into the season. Before this season started, Jeremy, they haven't won a game in 2 years before the season started. They get their first win, I believe it was in week 3 against Pryor of all teams. They beat them, but since the win in Pryor, they've had 2 more losses before coming here to WL Odom for the game tonight.
And Roger, that's not good news if you're a War Dog fan, because you're coming into a red hot, even despite the troubles from last week, this is a red hot Bulldog team.
Yes, that's right. It looks like, well, at least statistically speaking, it'll probably end up being their 3rd loss in a row. At least we hope up here in this booth.
Well, if you're a Bulldog fan, especially looking for, I believe this will make 5-0 or 6-0, and looking ahead, not too quickly though, because we have this game to play. As Tanner Rowland tees it up for the Bulldogs, and he will be kicking off to the deep men for the War Dogs. This is going to be number 7, Cameron Ford. The Bulldogs down quickly to make the stop. That's number 17 and number 15, Chase Barnett and Chris Chirac, down quickly to make the stop on again, number 7, Cameron Ford. The War Dogs will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And Roger, the War Dogs are already up to the line of scrimmage, ready to take the snap.
Yeah, I wonder if they are going to try and do a little Denver Broncos hurry-up offense here.
Well, right now that hurry-up has come to a quick halt as we have our first penalty of the game, looks like.
5 seconds in.
We're going to either the first penalty or our first conference. I guess it's the first conference.
I'm not sure what that was there, Jeremy, but I'm going to count that as the second conference because the coin toss took a long time. There was no flag there, but it is going to be 1st and 10 for the War Dogs now.
So here we go again with 1st and 10. Quarterback from the shotgun. Little wide receiver screen, but that ball is nowhere close to the receiver. Number 2 is Ty Mercer, the intended receiver. But that one pretty much went into the dirt. And here we go again as the War Dogs go with the no huddle. Number 9, Sawyer Pooler, the quarterback for the War Dogs. And he is going to somewhat hand off the ball. And Roger, right now, we're kind of seeing why the War Dogs have been struggling this year.
Yeah, exactly. I think if they plan on getting anything going, they're going to have to make at least a few yards on this series, or it may just be all downhill after this.
Tripped up in the backfield, and now we got Pooler. He's rolling to his right, looking downfield. Flag comes flying in. Pooler going to run it himself, and that's Evett with the tackle. Pooler with some positive yardage, but I believe it's going to come back, Harlan. Probably going to have a holding.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming back there. Jeremy probably making the right call. Holding is the call from the head referee. Going to go against the War Dogs. They're going to move this one back and try that down one more time. But it looked like on that last play when Pooler handed it off, I'm not sure if he didn't hand it off and tackle him at the same time. That takes some talent right there.
Well, I was actually going to go overlook that, but it was a 4-yard tackle for loss. So that would have been 3rd and 14. Now we've got a 10-yard penalty. So right now the War Dogs are going backwards, and that's not good news if you're a War Dog fan. You know, for coming from Miami, I'm looking over into the other side of the field. There's actually a pretty good showing as we have a 3rd and 24. Here's a little wide receiver screen. Catch is made. A couple of missed tackles, and now driven out of bounds well short of the first down. And so 1 minute into this, Roger, and we're going to see our first punt of the game.
Yes, exactly. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Bulldogs take it. It looks probably like they'll end up on the War Dogs side of the field.
Unless they have a great punt with a great bounce. Yeah, I think you're right. As number 2, A.J. Freeth, drops back deep to receive this punt. A 4th and about 16 to go. The ball is resting at the 15-yard line. Number 71 will be punting it away. That's Wyatt Rathjen. And Roger, no such luck for the War Dogs as they didn't even get a War Dog bounce.
No, and they had the wind working against them. I don't know if you guys could see that on the screen or not, but that ball went up and almost made its way back.
Yeah, it rested. It hit at about the 31 and hit a War Dog at about the 30-yard line. So the Bulldogs, Harlan, are are set up in great field position on the War Dog 30 for their first possession of this game.
Yeah, and as we already stated, if you're a War Dog fan, that's not good news. They really needed to get the best punt possible there. Just didn't happen, and the Bulldogs going to take over. And Jeremy, do we have Charbonneau out there at quarterback, or who we got?
Well, right now we're in the Wildcat position, and number 44 taking the snap, Rodriguez. And Rodriguez twisting and turning and getting good yardage at the 20, look like near the 25-yard line. We're going to go ahead and give him a pickup of 5. A little bit different, unless I was looking at it wrong, Roger. It looked like Rodriguez was in the Wildcat formation. That's the first time I think we've seen that.
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, that's definitely the first time this season that we've seen that. But Jeremy, as I was saying a while ago, now Charbonneau is out there at quarterback.
That's number 8, Joseph Charbonneau, up under center. Here's K.J. Lee. K.J. Lee running strong into the War Dog secondary, and he gets inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. K.J. Lee, the freshman, and that is sophomore quarterback Joey Charbonneau stepping up. I didn't make the game last week, Harlan. I don't remember if he got in last week or not.
Well, it was interesting. Last week he got in for at least 2 plays. One running play, threw a pass, was intercepted, and then we saw Woodson come back into the game. It's very interesting to see him get the start tonight.
Here's Charbonneau from the shotgun, wheels it over to Evan. Evan's got a lot of room to run, and he is going to go in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Roger. Wow. It was almost slow motion as he made the catch, and there still wasn't any War Dog around.
I know. He is so exciting to watch. You know, he gets the ball, he moves up and down the field, side to side on the field, and always seems to find the end zone.
I believe that was number 2, Hayden Ford, throwing some blocks downfield to ensure that Lawrence would get in. He almost waltzed in untouched. And we're 1 minute, 16 seconds into this, or 2 minutes, 16 seconds into this ball game. And Tanner Rowland is going to try to make it 7 for the Wagner Bulldogs. Chase Barnett on the hold. The kick is up, and he splits the uprights. Harlan, again, 2:16 into this game, and Wagner's already up 7-0.
Well, I thought it was interesting with the War Dogs' first possession that they're trying to go hurry up. You would actually think that would not be the case for them. You think that they'd want to slow this game down and keep the ball out of the Bulldogs' offense as much as they can.
And I can't even believe I'm going to mention this because I'm still mad about it. That's exactly what the Cowboys did with the Broncos, trying to go toe-to-toe with them. And, you know, I'm almost asking for Jason Garrett's head. I'm not putting that on Tony Romo, as no one goes toe-to-toe with Peyton Manning unless you're Tom Brady. Outside of Tom Brady, no one comes out alive going toe-to-toe with Tom Brady. And I have the same feeling, Roger, as the War Dogs don't want to go toe-to-toe with the Bulldogs.
No, I'll agree with you there. You know, right now they are definitely outmatched and outplayed in this first couple of minutes of the game here. So looks like it might even be just a long first quarter for them.
Well, and we mentioned that the War Dogs come out in numbers as they make the travel south a good distance, and they have a good showing over there.
You know, you got to say something about the underdog coming to with all these fans of theirs showing up here. They're good following. Really, it is a nice community up there too.
It is. That's very encouraging as Rowland kicks it off. This is number 5 on the return for the War Dogs. Number 5 gets to about the 20-yard line. That's Braden Hesse.
Looks like he's shaking up a little bit over there.
He was a little slow getting up. Now he's coming back on the field. So looks like we may have a few problems on our stream. Hopefully we'll get that taken care of. So you guys continue to let us know if we're having any problems at home. Maybe we can do some adjustments here. Here's the quarterback, number 9, Pooler from the shotgun. Here's a handoff straight up the middle, and the Bulldog defense there to make the stop. Number 57 and number 50. Number 57 is Malik Clayton, and number 50 is Wyatt Probst. Making the tackle for no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for the War Dogs.
Gain.
Pooler from the shotgun in a 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Pooler going to throw it this time. He's got a man. It's complete. And he is off to the races. Number 2 showing some speed. And Barnett is finally able to wrestle him down, but not before Roger gets to the Bulldog 30-yard line. That was a 50-yard gain for the War Dogs. A nice connection to number 2, Ty Mercer.
You know, I don't mind seeing us rack up the points and all that, and if it does happen, but you know, we also like to see a good ball game.
Yeah, we do, and maybe the War Dogs just need a little bit of time to wake up, because right now they're looking pretty good at 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 30-yard line. Pooler from the shotgun. Pooler looking left. Now the pressure put on, and Wyatt Probst was there. KJ Lee and number 61 for the Bulldogs is, I believe that's Derek Marshall, number 61. I believe I heard them say that was, he's wearing 61 tonight in honor of a former teammate, Kyle Emmons. Kyle Emmons, if you were with us early and able to hear that, we'll come back to that here in a minute. It's Pooler from the shotgun. Pooler keeps it himself, goes over the left side, and there's KJ Lee and company making the tackle. But Kyle Emmons, a couple of years ago graduate, played on the state championship team, I believe, and he was in Afghanistan and special ops, I believe, and to make a long story short, he went back, and it looked like it was his convoy was ambushed, and Roger, he went back as many of our heroes, armed force guys go back. They're not going to leave anybody behind, and that's exactly what Kyle went to do. As we have a pass on a 3rd down, and it is incomplete, but Roger Kyle stepped on an explosive, from what I understand, and lost one of his legs, and he is, from what I understand, he is on his way home right now, flying home, and of course Leah and Darren can't wait for him to get home to see their baby boy.
Exactly, and I believe from what I understand, he'll probably be down in San Antonio doing his rehab down there. So, we wish him all the best, and we definitely appreciate his sacrifice.
Pooler rolls to his right, looks downfield, and then throws it in the dirt. So that was a 4th down play for the War Dogs, and just when we thought that they had a little bit of life, that life was snuffed out quickly by the Bulldog defense. Kyle's actually a former student of mine from several years ago, and we appreciate his service. I believe his mom and dad are listening tonight, so prayers for the Emmons family, Leah and Darren, and their son Kyle, and also their daughter Kelsey, anxiously awaiting Kyle to get back stateside and be able to see their hero, to see not just their hero, but all of our heroes. We appreciate all the service that the armed forces give us.
Exactly, and I think it says a lot about our community when they've done such a good job dedicating this game, wearing Kyle's number, the way they had the introduction and the brief moment of silence that we had today. So, just stepping up like that for a guy who stepped up for us, I really appreciate that.
That was Lawrence Evan on that run. He made about 6 on that play. And Harlan's been messing with our sound. Hopefully things are going a little better at home. Notice that there's an echo. And you guys keep the comments coming as we try to make some adjustments here on a 2nd and 4 play. Here's Charbonneau, wheels it over to Freeth. No, that's Hayden Ford. I'm sorry, number 2, Hayden Ford. Able to make a move and get upfield into War Dog territory, but I believe that we have a flag on the play. All right, I appreciate John Harrison texting me saying video is good at home. Hopefully the audio is too. We're not sure exactly. We're having a little bit of problem with our soundboard, but hopefully everything else is going well. You guys get on the horn and get on the computer and tell everyone that we are live with Friday Night Bulldogs as we have a 5-yard penalty. I'm not sure what the call was, but a 2nd and 9 play now, and that negates the connection from Charbonneau to Ford. 2nd and 9 play. Now here's a pitch out. This is number 3, A.J. Freeth, weaving his in and out of traffic. Freeth still on his feet, and finally is dragged down by number 71 for the War Dogs. That's Wyatt Rathian, but not before Freeth is able to get into War Dog territory to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. The ball is at the War Dog 46-yard line.
Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage now quickly. There's the snap. It's Roman Rodriguez who has it. He hands it off to Evett right up the middle. Evett has a little bit of room. Brought down after about, give him 9 on that one.
Ball placed at about the 37-yard line. And right now, if you're a War Dog fan, things are not looking well. As we're right at the halfway point through just the first quarter, and the Bulldogs are driving again, Roger.
Yes, sir. What are we? Looks like we are on the 38, 37-yard line.
This is Rodriguez from the Wildcat, and good defensive play by number 24 for the War Dogs. That's Christian Folks, and might be the best defensive play that we've seen to date. That's 3rd and 1 now for the Bulldogs. The ball is at the 37-yard line. Number 53 will exchange snap with Charbonneau. Number 53 is Eric Stepp. This time it's Woodson up under center. Quarterback change. Number 5, Woodson. Hands off to Lee. Lee at a big hole into the War Dog secondary across the 25 to the 24-yard line. KJ Lee with nice yardage as the Bulldogs have another first down. 1st and 10. The ball is spotted at the War Dog 25-yard line. Appreciate Regina Little. Regina, listening to Friday Night Bulldogs at home, into our chat room, trying to adjust this sound a little bit. So appreciate Regina logging on tonight, Friday Night Bulldogs, like she always does. Here's Woodson up under center. Woodson's going to pass. And the pressure put on. The ball is loose. Ball is loose. It's still loose. And a big hit from the blind side of Woodson. Woodson, he didn't even see it coming. And the War Dogs have taken over and made the first turnover of the game.
Wow, just when we have something going, again, getting ready to score, we'd hope, and you get blindsided.
He was hit hard from behind just when he was about to throw it, Harlan, and again, he didn't even see it. Big hit, and now the War Dogs have their 3rd chance to make a score.
Yeah, big play for the War Dogs on defense. Now let's see what their offense can do on the other side as he has the handoff there, runs to the left, has the first down, goes a little farther before he's finally pushed out by the Wagner Bulldogs defenders.
Christian Folks. And as far as the sound of the crowd, it sounded like there was a little bit of extracurricular activity going on.
I know, it sounded like they wanted a flag. Oh, there is one.
So still making some adjustments on our on our sound.
And there was a penalty over there.
And I guess the extracurricular activity is going to cost us about 15 yards.
That's usually what it ends up being.
A 15-yard penalty puts the War Dogs at about the 37-yard line of the Bulldogs. Here's Pooler. He's hand off to Folks. Folks with a big hole. And Folks gets to about the 31-yard line. And again, the War Dogs showing some life here early or late in the first quarter.
War Dogs have it back at the line of scrimmage now. Puller has it. He's going to keep it himself, runs to the left, goes up the middle a little bit, and he's brought down by some Bulldogs defense there. Looks like the War Dogs are going to have first down after that play, as they continue to look over to the sideline, running this fast-paced offense, and looks like they're getting something going this time around.
Yeah, it looks like they've definitely taken our Bulldogs a little bit by surprise. Maybe even getting the secondary, and need to tighten it up a little bit back there. So.
Yeah, it looks like the Wagoner Bulldogs going to take a timeout and talk this one over to see how things are going. Try to get that secondary shored up just a little bit. As we've got 3:46 to go in the first quarter, Bulldogs are on top so far, 7-0 in this one. Wagoner Bulldogs are taking a timeout. We want to throw a shout out during this timeout to our first quarter sponsor. That is Three Rivers. Back out now after that timeout. And we'll see what they have planned here on the defensive side to see if they can stop this War Dog offense, as they've really put a drive together here. War Dogs have it back at the line of scrimmage, Jeremy.
Well, we're seeing, nope.
And I think Jeremy is out there. I'm going to take back over, and it's quarterback for the War Dogs rolls out to his left, being pressured still on his feet, but finally brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like maybe a loss of 2 on that one. And still trying to get the audio figured out here. I think Jeremy has gone all the way out. We're going to figure this out as the War Dogs lose a couple on that one. It's going to be second down, about 12 to go. Ball's on the 24-yard line in Bulldog territory.
Testing, 1, 2.
War Dogs have it. Hands it off up the middle. Brought down quickly. He'll have it third down.
Testing, 1, 2.
Clock continuing to run here. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Testing.
Going to be a third down and 12 to go. Ball still on the 24-yard line, as there was no gain on that last run by the War Dogs. Sawyer Puller looking to the sideline, looking for this big play, and this is a big-time third down play.
That's right.
War Dogs having to the line of scrimmage. Now Puller has it. He's going to run to his left and keep it. He doesn't have much room. He's brought down, maybe a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. That's going to bring up fourth down. Be interesting to see here if they go for it or do they kick it, or what do you think?
I think it's a little too early to go for it, but I don't know how strong a leg their kicker has, but.
Yeah, that's a great point, especially in high school Friday night football. You don't always have the best kickers out there per se, and this would be a long way, so they're going to keep the offense out there, keep them in that same shotgun formation they've been in. It's going to be fourth down and 8 here. He has the snap. He looks to throw, still looking. He's being pressured by the Bulldogs, and that's going to be a sack by the Wagoner Bulldog defense. A big-time sack, big-time stand by the Bulldog defense that time around. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Looked like Eric Stepp.
Hello, testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Hello.
And
testing.
Yet again, still trying to get that audio figured out for Jeremy over
testing.
here. His microphone, I don't know, maybe just died on us. We're still trying to get that worked on.
Maybe it's mad at me because I skipped out last week. I don't know.
I think that may be it, but I'll let Jeremy take back over now because I think you can hear him.
I hope so. Appreciate Friday Night Bulldog fans being patient with us. Here's Woodson that's Charbonneau, pitches out to Evett. Evett down the sidelines. I think they have the angle on him. They do, as he's shoved out of bounds, but well into War Dog territory to about the 34-yard line. Believe it or not, gentlemen, the score is still 7-0, although it seems like we've seen a lot of offense from the Wagoner Bulldogs.
Exactly, and a lot of it's from Evett, which the guy is just amazing to watch, especially from up here in the booth. So it's one thing watching it in the stands, but when you're up here and you really see these guys working, it's impressive.
1 minute, 33 seconds left in this first quarter, and the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 on their War Dog 35-yard line. So I think we may have worked out the bugs with the sound. If not, let us know. And we got flags flying all over the place. I think somebody started early.
Yeah, that's going to be a false start there, and the Bulldogs going to move backwards. And Jeremy, on the previous play, I heard you say something that I'm not sure I've heard all season. And you said, Evett got a little bit out in the open. You said he has the angle. Usually in that case, it's, he's gone. He's out of here. But they actually were able to push him out of bounds. And that's something we haven't seen a lot of when he gets out in open space there.
That is true. Of course, they slowed him up. He had to break a couple tackles to get there. So they had plenty of time to make that angle. But you're right. I don't think I've said that at least this year, and maybe not ever. So appreciate it. Here goes Evett again, and he is at about the 37-yard line. Makes up a little bit of that penalty yardage back, but we are at a 2nd and 12. Roger, again, there's been a lot of offense, but the War Dogs look like we talked about 2 minutes, 16 seconds in. The Bulldogs have punched in their first score, but it's stayed that way since.
That's right, and they've been making a game out of this in this first quarter. Like you said, 1 minute and 16 seconds or whatever it was into the game, we scored, and then the War Dogs tried to make a drive, and both times our defense has shut them down.
Here's Rodriguez from the Wildcat having trouble getting out of the grasp of number 71, and he does not, and that's Wyatt Rathian. And looked like kind of sounding like from the Bulldog side of it, they were maybe wanting some unnecessary roughness. But, hey, he was just trying to get the guy down as best he could.
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but the referee sure was pointing at him. So I don't know. Maybe he gave him a warning.
I guess he was
tighten that helmet.
I guess he just didn't tackle him as nicely as they should have. And here we got another flag. We're not even on top of the ball, and we've got another flag. And looks like
a sideline warning against the Bulldogs, Jeremy.
That's a little odd. Sideline warning against Wagoner, and there wasn't even much to get excited about.
Well, it looks like the players were just kind of creeping out onto the field there. It looked like A.J. Freeth may have had a foot even out there on the field, and the referee noticed that, threw the flag. It goes against the Bulldogs there. And Jeremy, we got a quick moment. I want to throw another shout out to our first quarter sponsor, Three Rivers Surgical.
Charbonneau from the shotgun wheels it over to, that was number 2, Hayden Ford, not able to come up with the ball. But we do appreciate sponsors, all of our sponsors, especially ones from out of town. Three Rivers Surgical Center out of Muskogee. We appreciate what they've. So if you, if you're in the hankering, I guess, for a surgery, seriously, maybe. There you go. But we appreciate Three Rivers Surgical Center supporting Friday Night Bulldogs, bringing it to you free, live, and worldwide as the Bulldogs very curiously take a timeout here, Roger, with 8 seconds left in the first quarter.
Maybe they want to make sure that they coach the guys to stay on the sidelines, or off the field. That's the first time I've seen that here.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a sideline warning at least in a couple of years. Definitely haven't seen it this year, but that was also a curious play. But nevertheless, the Bulldogs have taken a timeout, and we'll give one last shout out, Harlan, to our sponsor tonight,
Three Rivers Surgical Care. Very much for their sponsorship of quarter number 1, and as you'll find out later on, the third quarter and fourth quarter as well.
All right, Three Rivers Surgical Center. Appreciate all their support throughout almost every quarter tonight. So thank you guys for your support. We appreciate everyone logging on Friday Night Bulldogs and dealing with our technical difficulties. Hopefully everything is going well now. Great picture, great sound. Well, some sound anyway. I don't know about great. So we appreciate you guys listening in. Here's Rodriguez. It is caught for the touchdown. Number 2, Hayden Ford coming down with the, and who thought that they were going to see that? Rodriguez from the Wildcat, and I believe back in his middle school days, I think he was the quarterback, and you see right there why.
Well, no kidding, Jeremy. He goes back, and we saw the windup, and in my mind, I'm thinking, what in the world are they doing? And all of a sudden, it's a Wagner Bulldog touchdown. Looks like they're going to line up here in that swinging gate formation. Last week, they actually got a 2-point conversion out of that swinging gate formation. This time, they're going to go ahead and line back up in the traditional field goal PAT setup. But, man, what a throw and catch that time around.
Tanner Rowland on the extra point attempt. Barnett with the hold. Kick is up, and it is good. And right now, Roger, Wagner Bulldogs coaching staff looks like a genius making that timeout with 8 seconds left. Come back out on the field and make a touchdown.
I know, exactly. And if they keep up the success with the Wildcat offense, rest assured we probably will not change our names to the Wildcats.
Well, we go ahead.
I say that. You never know.
Well, what's interesting here, interesting to note here is that this is the first time that we've seen Rodriguez from the Wildcat formation, yet another weapon in the arsenal of the Wagner Bulldogs. From Rodriguez from the Wildcat, you put Evett in the Wildcat, you put Hawkins. We haven't called Hawkins' name today. Put Hawkins in the Wildcat. Pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly, Jeremy. We, every single week we've seen a different look from the Bulldog offense week in and week out. And there's so many threats. I don't know how you plan for that, because if you start picking up the Wildcat with anybody running it back there, they just line up in the diamond set. You pick that up, they got the shotgun formation. They'll go single back. There's so many different looks they can throw at you.
Number 38, Tanner Rowland with the ensuing kickoff. And it will be number 5. He's going to return. That's Braden Hesse. And
stepped in the end zone there, Jeremy. They're going to call that a touchback as he tried to bring it out, but the referees told him no.
Well, and that was one of those plays as the War Dog player is shaken up, and that was I don't know how to describe that, Roger. It's obviously he stepped into the end zone for the touchback, but we didn't hear the whistle until he was laying flat on his ground, his back.
He was on about the 17 or 18, and then they started making the motions,
and somebody laid him out because he was slow to get up, and Harlan, he took out a teammate when he went down.
Yeah, definitely just not a good play there, and unfortunately I think it was because of the late whistle that time around. It was we could tell from back here that his foot was in the end zone when he caught it. Usually they let those bounce anyways, the athletes do, and he chose to take it and try to make something happen. Unfortunately, the whistle came a little late.
I believe the War Dogs actually did benefit from that. It looked like he might have been down on the 17 or 18. So he did get a couple of extra yards.
Well, we'll see what the War Dogs will be able to come up with an answer as we are in the second quarter. This will be the first play of the second quarter. And now we've got a little confusion on the field as there's a conference on the other side of the field with the War Dog coaching staff. And they may be a little upset that they let them run that out when it was actually a touchback.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. There's definitely some sort of controversy. Referee trying to explain what the decision was there. Head referee has it to the line of scrimmage now. Looks like the War Dog's going to have it at 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
First and 10 for the War Dogs from the 20. And here is the quarterback, Pooler, trying to get positive yardage over the right side. The defense was there to make the stop in the backfield. Looks like there's actually about a loss of 1, 2nd and 11, as the War Dogs really need to get something going here, down 14-0 as we start the second quarter. Pooler, again, from the shotgun. He's going to throw it this time. He had a man, that was number 2, who made the big catch in the first quarter, Blake Ragsdale. But Roger, it looked like that he might have seen some steps, or might have heard some steps coming.
He heard some steps, and, yeah. Sorry. You got to let me know when we're fixing to say something, because I was watching our social stream here, our chat room.
Here's Pooler in a whole lot of trouble, and he's looking, and finally the pressure gets to him. That's number 42, KJ Lee, and number 61, Derek Marshall. Harlan, at that point, you're out of the tackle box, and you got to throw that thing away.
Yeah, he rolls out to his left, and I think he was just thinking it'd be a hard time to make the throw, and maybe he's worried about getting it to the line of scrimmage or getting it out of bounds or whatever, but huge loss right there, and that brings up 4th down. They're going to be punting from their own end zone here, and that's dangerous territory for the War Dogs.
It's going to be number 25. We just mentioned that we haven't been mentioning him, but number 25, Devin Hawkins, back deep for this punt, and he's going to have a little bit of a chance. Yes, he's got a chance to return it, and the Miami War Dogs are down quickly to make the stop. Almost a dangerous situation for the Bulldogs, Roger.
Yeah, it looked like he did touch the ball. Almost had a War Dog up on him, ready to take possession of the football.
For sure, and it seemed like he was just, I don't know, he wasn't real urgent about picking the ball up, and so from our vantage point, it was kind of, what are you doing? But he picks it up, tries to make something happen. Not a whole lot of room after that, but the ball's going to be spotted on the Bulldogs side of the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 with 51 yards to go for the end zone. 10:39 in the first half to go.
It looks like number 5, Jake Woodson, checks back into the lineup as quarterback. He's in the shotgun. And here's Evett. Evett with a big hole over the right side, bounces to the outside. And it's a little misleading to say this, but he's actually caught from behind, or tackled from behind. He wasn't really caught from behind, but he was tackled from behind by number 11, Brandon Mattingly.
Yeah, he's caught from behind, but there wasn't a whole lot of space in front of him to get there. But it was a good job that time by Woodson. The snap was actually low there. He's able to gather it and get into the hands of Evett so that Evett can make something happen there.
Gain of 7 on the play. 2nd down 3 from the War Dog 44-yard line. Woodson again from the shotgun. Trouble with the snap again, but here comes Evett. Evett breaks a couple of tackles, and now he is still on his feet, and he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Roger, I was kind of hesitant because it looked like the War Dogs were right on his heels. All they had to do really was to fall down to tackle him.
He definitely, I think he has Teflon pants on tonight.
Yeah, Jeremy, I thought you were going to say something about he has the angle there again, and I was thinking, no, this is the time. He's gone. It doesn't matter. He's not next to the sideline. If he's in the middle of the field and has a little bit of space, you can pretty much take it to the bank that he is gone. He's going to score the touchdown.
And Evett coming up a little gimp on the play as he trots off on his own power. I don't know if that was maybe a quick cramp that he might have caught or what, but he was, I'm telling you, those guys were right on his heels, and it just, I'm just not sure what happened. But nevertheless, Evett in for the score, touchdown Bulldogs. That was about a 44-yard run by the senior tailback. Tanner Rowland with the extra point, Barnett on the hold. We're waiting for the extra point. The extra point is up, and it is good. The Wagner Bulldogs all of a sudden are 21, and the Miami War Dogs 0.
And Jeremy and I talked about if Evett out in the open field, in the middle of the field, can take it to the bank, and Tanner Rowland, you can pretty much take it to the bank that you can count on him on the PATs and your kicking needs. And we want to throw it out to our second quarter sponsor, Armstrong Bank.
That's right.
And, personally, I'm a member of Armstrong Bank, and I appreciate them taking care of my finances and, always being there to tell me if I have money or don't have money, Jeremy.
Great segue into our sponsor for the second quarter, Armstrong Bank. We appreciate their support of Friday Night Bulldogs, bringing it to you free, live, and worldwide, and we thank them for their sponsorship. Roger, it's 21-0, and we've still got pretty much a full quarter to play.
Well, after that first quarter, when we had that first quick TD, and then we had the couple of short possessions, and the War Dogs making it deep into our end of the field, I was kind of worried for a little bit, but only for a little bit.
Only for a little bit, as it went from 7 to 21 in a hurry. So here's Tanner Rowland with the kickoff. Back deep to receive will be number 5 for the War Dogs, Brandon Hesse. Hesse cuts it back to the inside, and let's see, believe that's number 21. 21 makes the stop. That's Chris Murray. If Murray doesn't make that tackle, the War Dogs had a convoy in front of Hesse.
Definitely. He cut it back to the middle. He had some people in front of him. He just gets tripped up, and the War Dogs are going to have an offensive possession instead of kick a PAT here. Bulldogs up 21-0, and Jeremy, in the first quarter, it looked a lot like last week, just sort of some just flatness from the Wagner Bulldogs. But here in the second quarter, it looks like they're starting to open it up some.
Here's number 24, and making a good run down the sidelines, and look at him go. And that is number 24, Christian Folks. We called Folks names. He's had some great runs, and right there was another one.
Yeah, and it almost looked from up here, from what I can see, and of course I probably need to have my glasses on, but it almost looked like he was trying to wave goodbye to the Bulldogs, but they were quick to catch him.
Here is Pooler from the shotgun for the War Dogs. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 37-yard line. Hands off to Folks, and Folks gets 2 yards to about, we'll give him 2 yards. Ball placed just outside the 35-yard line. We're going to call it 2nd and a short 7. 2nd and 7. Ball placed just outside the 35, and as we were talking, War Dogs needed some life, but Harlan, here they're showing some life, but we've seen this. This is kind of a recurring theme of driving it deep into Bulldog territory, and then something goes wrong.
Certainly, we've seen this a couple of times now. They get one big play, seems like, in a series, and then all of a sudden things go bad for them as they're going to take a timeout and talk this one over. Not a whole lot of sureness, I guess we'll say, about the play call. I like to just, stand up here and make my own words up. But, they do some good things. They get some good things going, get a little bit of momentum, and then all of a sudden the Wagner Bulldogs defense says, oh, yeah, we're playing, and just kind of flexes their muscle a little bit, and next thing you know, we have a punt.
They're either creating a turnover or they're tackling them for loss. I tell you, the previous drive before this did not go well at all for the War Dogs, and it resulted in great field position for the Bulldogs. And then again, we just saw a 44-yard touchdown run by Evett, the tailback. And again, Roger, the War Dogs, we've seen this before. What do they have to do to go ahead and punch this thing in?
One thing I don't think we've seen tonight from them is a deep pass. Maybe that's something they were talking about doing, because they have to change it up down here on our end of the field. So we'll see what happens here.
And it looks like the War Dogs are back out now to the line of scrimmage in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers on each side, brings a receiver in motion. He's going to fake the handoff to the receiver. He's going to keep it, try to go up the middle. Looks like he got maybe back to the line of scrimmage there, but no more. Not a whole lot of room that time, even after the fake to the receiver coming in motion, Roger.
Yeah, it amazes me. Our defenses just get so stingy once they get past the 40. And they've been down here 3 or 4 times this evening so far.
Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 7 now. Pooler from the shotgun, and that was ugly from the get-go as the lineman took off and the center forgot to snap the ball.
Yeah, not sure what the miscommunication was there, but that was an easy call to make. I could have thrown the flag from up here and been able to get that one right. So they're going to move it back. It's going to be third down and even longer now. Looks like probably third down about 12, Jeremy. And it's just another instance of where the War Dogs, they get something going, and then all of a sudden they're moving backwards instead of forwards.
2nd and 12 for the War Dogs. And
that's a backwards pass, Jeremy.
Is. And there goes. That's number 12. I believe that is Fisher Medlin. It was, and Roger sure looked like a backwards pass to me.
It looked like one to me too. I think we all three of us were saying the same thing. Fumble.
Well, I'm up here in the box for a reason. I'm just a little dejected because I thought I had the call that time. I was on top of things, and all of a sudden the referee's saying, nope, incomplete pass, and it's going to bring up fourth down for the War Dogs.
Hope you guys got a good picture of that at home. Maybe you could let us in on the in the chat room. You guys might have been able to see it and to see that it might have been a backwards pass because it sure looked like that way up from here. And now we've got an offsides call against the the Bulldogs. So the ball will be 5 yards ahead to the 35. Now we have a 4th and 7. Roger, this is a very could turn out to be a costly penalty as now the War Dog offense have come back out on the field.
Yes, but also at the same time I don't think we've let them get a first down on our end of the field,
Jeremy, I'd expect to see a rollout pass here. We'll see what happens. Maybe the hard count they're looking for. Here's the flag. It's going to be an offside against the Bulldogs.
One of our chat room folks said there's lots of yellow laundry on the field tonight. And, well, there's been lots of yellow laundry on this particular series.
Definitely. Appreciate Heather Tillotson, high school teacher here in Wagner, logging on as she does every night when she can't make the game. And, hey, if you can't get any yards any other way, take them by penalty. Here's Folks with a big hole, and he's going to score.
He's gonna take it.
Number 24, Christian Folks. He's dragged down from behind.
It's going to be a flag at the end there. Looked like a horse collar tackle and maybe some unsportsmanlike conduct there, maybe a late hit.
That's number 24, Christian Folks. We've talked about him, called his name a lot, have some strong running. We talked about that was what got him into Bulldog territory from the beginning is the long run by Folks. Folks scores from 35 yards away, and we're going to have a 15-yard penalty, Roger, added on to the kickoff for a horse collar.
Yes, and the referees sure want to make sure that these guys know horse collars are illegal because the referee on the far side of the field, the line judge, or whichever one it was over there, I think he threw that flag about 15 yards.
That is the call on the field, a horse collar tackle. And this might be a really good opportunity. Well, we'll come back to that as number 88 will do the kicking chores, the extra point. Trevor Sourjohn, I believe.
I'd go with Sourjohn.
All right.
Sourjohn just sounds really good.
Sourjohn with the extra point attempt for the War Dogs as they get on the. And here comes another penalty, and this is just getting downright ridiculous.
I tell you what, the referee's going to have to do some laundry tonight to make sure there's not any grass stains on the flags. We only have grass on the field, but that's how crazy that it is.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that's unless it's freshly painted.
Well, now we're having a conference to see what's going to happen. We got offsides against the Bulldogs. So that usually turns into a 5-yard penalty. It's going to turn into about a 1.5-yard penalty as it's half a distance to the goal line. Sourjohn with the extra point attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. Miami War Dogs on the board, down by 14 with 7 minutes, 48 seconds left. And, Roger, you talked about how serious those type of tackles are, of the horse collar tackles, which – and this is a shameful way of doing this on my part, but we have both of our sponsors for this game, the Three Rivers Surgical Center and the American Bank. Too many of those type of tackles, you're going to be visiting both of those places.
That's exactly right, and it's unfortunate that things like that do happen, but it is football, and these guys are still trying to learn to do that, and we see it all the way up into college, and of course even in the pros still.
That's exactly right. They're just trying to bring them down any way that they can, and they're not trying to get them by the what they call the horse collar. They're just trying to bring them down, not trying to hurt anybody. But that's why they're calling that, to teach them, not to do that, to teach them to do better. And Jeremy, just want to throw one correction out at you. The second quarter sponsor actually Armstrong Bank here in town, not American Bank, Armstrong Bank. And so we want to give some appreciation to them for sponsoring Friday Night Bulldogs here in the second quarter. And we appreciate all of our sponsors for helping us do what we do. We could not be here without the sponsors and their efforts.
Here's that after that 15-yard penalty, and that was a great play by number 33 for the Bulldogs, Brandon Goodfellow, as the War Dogs try to squeeze a little onside kick there. And thank you for that correction there. I think I was just making sure that everybody knew that they deal in American money. Okay?
That's right. That's right.
The Armstrong Bank deals in American money, and we appreciate the people at Armstrong Bank sponsoring Friday Night Bulldogs for this second quarter. After, again, Brandon Goodfellow making a great play on an onside kick after that 15-yard penalty was assessed on the kickoff. This is Rodriguez. Rodriguez with a big hole as he gets to midfield. And right now, the Bulldog offense is rolling.
Yeah, that was a big-time play by Rodriguez there. And Jeremy, I don't know if you noticed, but Charbonneau, the sophomore quarterback, back out there in the game. They've sort of been having a little bit of a quarterback carousel here in this game. We've seen some Woodson, lots of Wildcat, and now Charbonneau back out there once again, handed it off to Roman Rodriguez. Worked out that time. He's going to be back out there under center in the I formation this time.
That is Woodson this time, up under center. Oh, sorry, that's Charbonneau. He's up under center. Here's Evatt. He's gone. He's gone, I'm telling you.
Now, that's the call that I'm used to all season long. He didn't have a chance. If you could see it at home, there was a player within a yard of him, but he's gone. Or as, the guys from Duck Dynasty would say, he gone.
Well, and here's the thing is that
looks like we have a Bulldog down on the field.
Uh-oh. That's number 57, Malik Clayton, shaking up on the field, and he's limping pretty good. Hopefully he'll be okay. But I'm telling you, that War Dog was almost close enough to Evatt to touch him, and he did have the angle, but wow. I mean, it was like he was shot out of a cannon for those last 20 yards.
Yeah, it just didn't matter. He put it in the next gear, and he was just gone. No chance for the War Dog defender to get him. It doesn't matter how close you are. When he's, puts it in that second gear, there's just no chance.
Well, and that's the scary thing about it. That was probably only his second gear. When he puts it in fourth or fifth, we may not be even able to see him run.
Yeah, no kidding. And Roland able to put that PAT through. And, Jeremy, I've gotten to the point with Roland and the PAT kicks that I don't even look over there most of the time now. I just take it for granted that that's going to be good, and we're moving on to the kickoff.
I believe Roland may be perfect this year with extra point attempts and success. So Wagner Bulldogs 28, Miami War Dogs 7, and hopefully, Roger, we didn't just jinx Roland, because he's had a busy night tonight, and really he's had a busy season as the Bulldog offense has continued to put points on the board.
I was going to say hopefully we didn't jinx it tonight, because it always happens.
Mouse Meat, we appreciate you logging on. Mouse Meat is Anna Dickinson. Dickinson, if you've been with us for the past 4 years, we appreciate Anna Dickinson, and hopefully Coach D is listening at home, and appreciate him and his lovely wife, and we thank them for supporting Friday Night Bulldogs. Here's number 38, Tanner Rowland, to kick off. Number 5 back deep to receive is Braden Hesse, that is. And this is going to be Hesse on the return. Hesse trying to pick his way through traffic as he gets across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And hopefully everything's going all right at home. And I hope you guys saw that long touchdown run by Evatt. I believe that's his second long touchdown run tonight.
Yeah, and Jeremy, there's still 7:09 left to go in the first half here, and I feel like we've been playing for a long, long time, and both offenses are kind of running that hurry-up offense, and the Bulldogs seem to be scoring quick, and the War Dogs seem to be giving it up quick.
And Mouse Mead, I believe that she was wanting to know how many yards that Evett had, as Folks makes some positive yardage for the War Dogs. Evett's got to be probably at 125 at least already.
At least.
I would say that's probably a conservative estimate there, Jeremy.
He might be pushing 150 or 175 by now.
Well, that last one was a 50-yard touchdown run.
Right at about 50 yards. 55, I believe, was the official count. And here's Pooler from the shotgun. Pooler looking downfield, pressure put on, and the ball's loose, and it's picked up by a lineman, number 71, with the heads-up play for the War Dogs, Wyatt Rathjen.
Big-time play that time, Jeremy. He picks it up, and he tumbles down for the first down, and the War Dogs getting something positive out of it that time. I thought Pooler was going to step up into the pocket and let something go there, and all of a sudden the ball pops out.
And I'm not sure I would like any 6'3", 250-pound person with a ball coming at me.
No, you got to give it up for the big lineman picking the ball up and rumbling his way for the first down.
Here's Folks trying to make that corner. He does turn the corner and gets to about the 48-yard line. A late flag comes in, and where that was thrown, totally away from the play, that's got to make the War Dog coaching staff very upset.
Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to come back as to where it's at. It looks like there's maybe a couple flags. Maybe they're going to talk about this and see what's happening. Maybe the referees are trying to say, well, I want to get my flag out there too. Everybody else is doing it. So we'll see what the call is here. But it looks like the War Dogs going to be backing up this time.
Tell you what, it's been a very, very sloppy second quarter here. First quarter, it started out with a couple of flags, but after that, things got rolling. But, Roger, this second quarter is just dragged on.
Yeah, and kind of like the NFL the other day when they were throwing all the pink flags and stuff, it was like they were all over the place, but, of course, they didn't know if it was the flags or the towels that the players were wearing.
Yeah, that was a little odd to see the pink flags flying through the air for sure.
Which they're going back to the yellow ones this week.
All right, two calls there, Jeremy. One going against the War Dogs, one going against the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs called for a personal foul that time. And so we'll see where the referees mark this one off at.
I see you, Mouse Mead, in our chat room. Appreciate Anna Dickinson and Coach D and his wife at home. They said they would be here, but if they could, but they're at home listening to the game. Coach D is an old coach of mine. He was a former teacher of mine also, and appreciate him and his family logging on to Friday Night Bulldogs tonight. Friday Night Bulldogs, again, brought to us by Armstrong Bank. And we appreciate their support of Friday Night Bulldogs, making Friday Night Bulldogs free, live, and worldwide as the refs continue. Basically, Harlan, you could take it to the bank that they're going to discuss every single flag from
I'm
now
telling
on.
you, we saw it at the coin toss, and we should have called it right then and right there. That's going to be a long night because of that, but they're discussing it. They're talking about it. The head referee already signaled first down, but the chains on the other side haven't moved yet. So we're waiting to see what's going on here. They assessed the hold against the War Dogs, and then they did give the personal foul against the Bulldogs. Right now, we'll see if it changes, but right now the ball sits at the 50-yard line, and I think it should be first down and 10 for the War Dogs.
And, Roger, I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, that the NFL had a lot of replacement refs. I hope that's not what we're seeing here on Friday nights, too.
Yeah, I don't think that there's been a strike for the OSSAA refs. Not that I know of.
Well, you never know. We got
looks like 1st and 5 after everything's said and done, Jeremy.
Okay.
So the ball still at the 50-yard line, but the sticks are at the 45. 1st and 5 for the War Dogs.
Pooler from the shotgun wings it out to number 4, and there's number 3, A.J. Freeth.
Another
makes
flag.
A big stop, and we're just getting. It looked like that was going to go for some big yardage, but Freeth able to step up, make a hit. The runner was able to bounce off of that, but Freeth able to recoup and bring him down. And like you said, Harlan, there's another flag.
Another flag, another conference, and I don't know what media is here, but maybe they should interview the referees tonight at the end of the game because they may be getting more work than the players.
I'd like to see like when basketball, when they have the where they take their shots from, or in baseball where the pitch is. I'd like to see all the places where these flags have landed on this field because I guarantee it's probably covering 25% of this field.
And then what we got a block in the back is the call against the War Dogs. Again, once they get something positive going, it seems like they take one step forward, 2 steps back. And like the song says, nobody gets too far like that.
And it was 1st and 5, Jeremy. Now all of a sudden 1st and 12, and they're backing up because of the penalty yardage. I don't know that we've seen a down that hasn't had a penalty in like 5 plays now.
Pooler from the shotgun. Yeah, we'll see if we can get out of this without yellow on the field. Here's Pooler having some trouble trying to get around the corner, and number 12, and oh my goodness.
Another flag, Jeremy.
Okay, Jeremy, when Jeremy, earlier when he asked me to do this, I said, okay, sure, and I said, but it may be a comedy of errors. Little did we know it was going to happen on the field tonight.
I do have the text to prove that. That's exactly the exact phrase that he used, a comedy of errors. We've got a personal foul call, a face mask against the Bulldogs.
And so for the 3rd time in a row, that means it's going to be a 1st down for the War Dogs because of a penalty.
And they haven't moved.
Exactly.
So we've got, within about a 10-yard span, because I think it was about on the 50. Actually, it was on the 45. It went to the 50, back to about the 42. Now we're on the Bulldog 46-yard line, and it's still 1st down.
And, Jeremy, should we even bring this play, or should we just wait for the flag to come out?
Well, here's Folks who gets stuck right at the line of scrimmage, and they're actually lucky that there wasn't a flag on that one because one of the linemen came in late as the play was already dead on the ground, and you saw him flying in. So, maybe, I don't know.
I think what happened was some of the smoke from the smoker on the south end of the field was getting to the refs, and it's halftime almost.
Well, there may not have been a flag, but there was definitely a conference down there. So right now it's a flag or a conference, and sometimes both. So we'll see what happens on this play. You never know. 1st and 10 for the War Dogs. The ball is at the Bulldog 44-yard line, and we've still got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this second quarter.
Well, that's what I was going to say as they look at the sideline to get the play. I think the War Dogs took over at about the 6.5-minute mark, and it's been 15 minutes, it seems like. And the War Dogs still have it. He takes it. He takes up the middle on his own, does Pooler. He's got the 1st down. He's got a little room on the sideline. Gained probably about 20 yards there before he's shoved out of bounds by the Bulldogs. There is 5:15 left to go in the half, 28-7. Bulldogs on top in this one. But now the War Dogs, after all the penalties, are driving. They got something positive going there.
And, I'm surprised they didn't throw a flag on that end, on the end of that play there. It was a little out of bounds. It was part of the play.
So I think the referee's arms are getting just a little bit tired. There's the snap. Pooler fakes the handoff, and he's brought down in the backfield immediately. Looked like Roman Rodriguez on the play for the Bulldogs. We're going to give him about a 5-yard loss on that one. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and long, I believe.
We all like to pick on the refs. It is fun, but these guys, they're out here doing a second job, trying to make the games fair for these guys. So
that's right. Pooler has it. Excuse me for jumping in there. Hands it off. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Does Folks, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 10 there. And that was an accurate statement. It's fun to poke some fun at the referees, and it's really easy to do up here when you're just talking, right?
That's right. But I'll go back to the horse collar flag. They do that to keep the guys safe. So, they're just helping us have fun right now.
That's right. They keep them safe, and they also keep the game in the balance. They don't let it get out of hand, out of control.
Pooler looking way downfield. He's got a man in the end zone. He makes the catch for the score. Touchdown, War Dogs. Pooler.
Big time throw and catch there as Hawkins was right there playing some solid defense. I can't believe he brought that in for the touchdown.
Well, I think I said that at their last series when they were down here. I was going to look for the long pass. We hadn't seen it yet from them.
I'm going to step in right now. I think this is Richard Brewster. Richard Brewster listening from Trinidad. How about that? We do not have that on our Friday Night Bulldogs listening list, and I did have to cheat. I thought, and this is really sad to say from an old geography teacher, but I did have to cheat just to make sure that Trinidad, just off the coast of the upper eastern corner of the South American continent. How about that? Trinidad and Tobago to be exact. We appreciate Richard Brewster, who has logged on Friday Night Bulldogs, and we're going to put one more country. I think, believe it or not, Harlan, that's going to make 13 different countries that Friday Night Bulldogs has been watched.
That's pretty cool, Jeremy. Trinidad Tobago, however you want to pronounce it. That's a long ways out there, and we appreciate the audience. Anytime I think about Trinidad and Tobago, Jeremy, I got to think about the United States. They're playing in a qualifier match for the World Cup tonight, and just in case our fans don't know, they've already qualified for Brazil. And so they're playing Jamaica tonight in pool play, but the United States soccer team already qualified for the World Cup. And when I left home, it was 0-0, Jeremy.
Okay. Well, and maybe that's what Richard's doing down there, watching a little World Cup action. But we appreciate him logging on to Friday Night Bulldogs. Richard Brewster, I believe a longtime resident of Wagner, and we appreciate him logging on. Again, adding one more notch in the belt, the old Friday Night Bulldogs webcast.
Got a high kick there, Jeremy.
Here is number 12. No, that's number 17, Chase Barnett, on the kick return. The extra point try was no good, so the score will remain 28-13. 3 minutes and 49 seconds left in this second quarter, and I wish I would have looked down at my watch when the second quarter started, but my goodness, it seemed like it's been going on for about 45 minutes.
It's been a long time. The clock has not moved a lot, but we've had a lot of things to talk about with all the flags on the field and all of that type of stuff. But we're 3:49 left to go in the half. Bulldogs have it. Quarterback's under center here. Takes the snap, hands it off to the back. It's Evett. He runs up the middle. He's got a little bit of room. Looked like he got another flag there.
Looked like a face mask.
Looks like it was a face mask, but he was able to gain about 14, 15 yards there, and they're going to tack that penalty onto the end.
Yeah, you're going to add another 15, and Evett is still down on the field, face down, and looks like he's going to hop up, limping a little bit, and we're going to see another 15-yard penalty, a face mask, and that's going to put them, the Bulldogs, into War Dog territory, 15 yards. So that will be at the 39-yard line of the War Dogs. And Roger, just when it seemed like the War Dogs had got a spark of momentum, closing the score gap, here we have Wagner threatening to score before this second quarter's over.
Well, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and Jeremy, we just talked about it. The clock's running now, but it's been on 3:45 until they got the ball set down. So not a lot of time running off the clock here as the second quarter starts to dwindle a little bit.
Here's Rodriguez from the Wildcat. Here's a handoff to Hawkins, and here comes another flag. Regina was talking about how many flags they can have in one quarter. Well, we're still tallying them up.
Yeah, I don't know what the record is for the Wagner Bulldogs or for a home game or even for an away game, but we may be getting into like the Guinness Book of World Records about flags in one quarter of a football game. It's been a long quarter.
I'm sure Coach will have something to say about that in halftime. Whether it's the refs or the guys on the field, he's going to have something to say about that to the guys.
5-yard penalty puts the ball at the 49-yard line. Rodriguez from the Wildcat. Here's a handoff to Hawkins. Hawkins breaking a couple of tackles. He gets across the 45. Hawkins still going as they stack him up finally at about the 43-yard line.
And a great job by Hawkins keeping those legs moving and churning to push the pile, and we're just so used to seeing that as Bulldog fans over and over. Anytime he gets it, he finishes off runs great over and over again, but Jeremy mentioned that was Roman Rodriguez in the Wildcat, and what does that long pass play from Rodriguez bring to the Wildcat formation now? You never know what you're going to get. Again, we mentioned it earlier, but there's so many different looks the Bulldogs can give. Bulldogs have it back at the line of scrimmage now in the shotgun formation. There comes the pass. It's thrown out there. It is complete. That is Ford on the completion. He's downfield after the 25-yard line. He's brought down by the War Dogs. Good pass and catch for the Bulldogs. They're going to have a first down.
Up until this point, Hayden Ford has been kind of a forgotten man of this offensive threat, offensive show, really, from the Bulldogs. Hayden Ford, a big part of it last year. And as you can see right there, it's just another weapon that the Bulldogs have. And Ford has been targeted several times tonight, so I don't know if he's been injured or what, but he's getting back in the mix of things for sure.
Definitely, and that last pass was Woodson at the quarterback spot, and here he is again. He's got it. He hands it off this time in the backfield. Looked like he handed it to K.J. Lee, but no room that time for the freshman as he's brought down, maybe for a loss there, Jeremy.
That's Wyatt Rathjen, number 71. Again, we've called his name a lot, Roger, on the offensive side and definitely on the defensive side. But remember, he was that 6'3", 250-pound running back who picked up the fumble that we were talking about.
That's just what I was fixing to say. I remember him picking the ball up and running towards whoever it was. I don't remember who made the tackle on our end, but I can only imagine see what his eyes were like.
I think he was the one that the Bulldog fans got a little riled up about when he tackled one of our players. He ended up losing a helmet. I think that was him too. So here is Rodriguez running hard, gets to the 20-yard line as this second quarter is beginning to come to a close. Armstrong Bank, we appreciate their support of Friday Night Bulldogs and sponsoring this second quarter. And, boy, did they ever get their money's worth tonight as the second quarter has just continued to go.
Second quarter just keeps on going, and we just keep on talking about Armstrong Bank and appreciating their sponsorship of Friday Night Bulldogs. And thank you so much. We can't do what we do without our sponsors and Armstrong Bank bringing the second quarter action to you at home.
Woodson up under center on a 3rd and 6 play. Woodson's looking in the air. He throws a deep out route, and the catch is made. Wow, what a great catch on the far side by number 2 again, Hayden Ford. We just talked about him as he's been targeted several times. He made the long catch of Rodriguez for the touchdown. Made a great grab there. I hope you guys were able to see that at home.
Incredible catch. If you didn't see it, you need to go back and watch it. I think that's one I'm going to go back this week and watch just to see the catch. He had some good extension there and still able to get the foot in bounds.
Got to have the foot in bounds. That was a great catch by the senior, Hayden Ford. Number 5, Woodson, up under center on a 1st and goal. Here's Hawkins over the left side. And guess who, Roger? Is Rathjen again making the stop for the War Dogs.
Yeah, that guy is one impressive player. He offense, defense. He's on the other side of the field from us, but that's one good-looking kid right there.
Well, and that just says something of him being on both sides of the ball. So he's one of their best players, but he continues to play at a high level. Yes, we're only and especially the length of this second quarter, and he's still going 100%.
That's right. He's still going strong, and if I'm the War Dogs, maybe we throw a different jersey number on him and stick him in the backfield as a fullback on the next set of downs. I mean, he looked pretty good. Looked at home with that ball in his arms there. So.
Like the fridge.
Yeah, there you go. If you just add one more number to that 71, he would be the fridge's number, 72, for any of you fans of NFL. The Chicago Bears, I believe the 86 world champion Bears, and number 72, William the Refrigerator Perry. Right now, that's Wyatt. I thought his first name might have been William, but it's Wyatt. Wyatt the Refrigerator Rathjen, maybe. Maybe that's something, if War Dog fans are listening to Friday Night Bulldogs, maybe they ought to radio down to their coaching staff.
Definitely, maybe they got some kind of strategic vision to give to the coaches there. Don't know how the coaches would receive that. You never know about that, but it looks like the Bulldogs are ready to take back over after the timeout.
Woodson up under center, I formation. Here, Woodson's going to the air. Got a man out in the flat. That's Rodriguez. He makes a catch, makes a couple players miss, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Wow, Rodriguez is having a heck of a night. a touchdown pass, a touchdown reception.
That's a 5'11", 195-pounder, making look like, oh, I just heard it. There's a flag down.
Here we are talking about it, and, unfortunately maybe that means it's coming back. But Rodriguez did a great job of how much did you say he weighed there, Jeremy?
195.
He made all 195 of those pounds stop and then win again, and that's what really propelled him into the end zone. But, Jeremy, the call goes against the Bulldogs here.
Might be post-possession. That looked like an unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe? Yes, that touchdown is good. So an unsportsmanlike conduct, and, boy, you just hate to see that after Rodriguez makes a great play. Woodson able to swing it out to him in the flat. Did a couple of toe touches, it seemed like.
That's what got him the unsportsmanlike.
So Rodriguez very nimble as he was able to scoot in for the score, but a 15-yard penalty be assessed on the kickoff. And as Rowland tries to stay at 100% with his extra point attempt.
Jeremy, I was going to leave it alone, but brought it up, so we'll see how he does here. See if that old broadcaster's curse comes up and comes out.
Hey, I've got faith in Rowland, Tanner Rowland. He has a twin brother, Tyler Rowland, and Tanner is maybe looks like we got some kind of conference. I know that surprises everyone.
Hey, guys, let's have a conference.
I don't know if the referees got the memo, but this is Wagoner. It's not like California or something. They're not at a hotel where there's nice conference rooms to be in, but we're having lots of conferences. One conference with the away coaches, one conference is with the home coaches, and then I bet they talk about it by themselves on the field afterwards.
You know what it is they know it's on Friday Night Bulldogs. They're being broadcast worldwide. They're going to get as much TV time or whatever you want to call it, stream time.
That's a really good point. They are definitely eating the FaceTime up, and I know we've been having a lot of conferences up here, and we've talked about maybe 6 plays, a handful of plays throughout the game, but we've had a lot of talks about the talks going on down the field.
There's a lot of talking about talking going on for sure. And the unfortunate thing about the talking about talking is there's not a lot of time that goes off the clock during the talking.
You can take that to the bank.
And that's right, which leads us back to the second quarter, Armstrong Bank.
Wow, it is still the second quarter, believe it or not. And we do appreciate the sponsorship of Armstrong Bank for this second quarter. Folks, we're not kidding. It still is the second quarter. But we're not kidding about Armstrong Bank with their sponsorship. We appreciate their support of Friday Night Bulldogs.
Exactly, and for all the Friday Night Bulldogs fans out there, it's not set on a loop. That is live stream.
That's a good point, too. It is a live stream, and I know it seems like we've just hit record, and the old tape players where you hit record and push play and it put it on a loop, and actually go on the old 8-tracks where you had to stay in your car and wait till it comes back around because you couldn't rewind.
I'm sorry, Jeremy, what's an 8-track?
Well, I don't know. Roger, why don't you tell us?
And now we have a timeout taken on the field. And so we got a little bit more time to talk. Still 21.1 seconds, and it feels like that 0.1 second may take just an awful long time. 34-13, Bulldogs on top in this one so far in the first half. And, Jeremy, what have you seen in the first half that jumped out at you so far?
Well, other than the conferences, obviously. Again, Lawrence Evett, if he gets in the open field, it's just, you can almost, again, take it to the bank that he's going to score. Hayden Ford coming up real big. A couple of great catches from him. Roman Rodriguez. Hawkins getting into the mix. Woodson and Charbonneau right now as the quarterback tandem. Either way, we're sitting good right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be they've been a good 1-2 kind of punch from the quarterback. Just kind of an interesting strategy there. Maybe just another look from the Bulldogs offense they can throw out there. But the good news is last week there wasn't a whole lot to look at and look, from the offensive side or really the defensive side. And this week the Bulldogs came out and have turned it on.
Well, I saw Regina's comments. She said they're going to get yelled at halftime. I'm not sure if she was talking about the players or the refs. Because right now I think the refs are going to get yelled at more than the players.
And the Bulldogs look like they're getting back out onto the field now, and they're going to line up for this one, Jeremy.
Yeah, hurry up and snap it. Here's Woodson on the rollout. Woodson looking for the end zone, and he is going to be stopped short as he tried to put his shoulder down, Roger, but, boy, he got stuffed at about the 1 yard line.
He sure did. It also looked like he thought about ditching it off to Rodriguez there for.
And I tell you what, Jeremy, I don't know if you saw it, but maybe Evett gets all of his running tips from Coach Conda. He was running down the sideline there pretty quick at the end of that play. Somebody didn't do something right because he was down there to let him know pretty quickly, and he wasn't a referee that he was directing his efforts at, if you will.
We appreciate everyone that's logged on Friday Night Bulldogs. We hope everything is going well for you at home. Great picture, great sound, as we have people obviously logging on worldwide, and we love to talk about how far-reaching Friday Night Bulldogs has gotten over the last 4 years, and we're about 10 or 11 states shy, believe it or not. We've covered about 40 states now, maybe 10 or 11 states left. I'd have to go back and look, and we're 13 countries in. As Richard Brewster, we talked about him logging on from Trinidad and Tobago. We appreciate his support of Friday Night Bulldogs. So, and believe it or not, Harlan, it's still 21.1 seconds left in this second quarter.
Still 21.1 seconds, and I feel like we've talked about that same 21.1 seconds over and over and over and over and over. But here with this kickoff, I think we'll finally get off that 21.1 seconds and get just a little bit closer to halftime. Now, I'm not going to guarantee we're going to get there, but we're definitely going to get a little bit closer.
Of course, you know, if Roland is able to get it into the end zone for the touchback, it still will say 21.1 seconds.
That's true, and, you know, if I'm the coaching staff here, my strategy is a squib kick. Let's just get that clock moving. Let's get into halftime. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. 15-yard penalty assist on this kickoff. That's why you see it. I'd almost forgotten about that penalty.
I don't know how you could forget.
As we're kicking off from the 25, here's the War Dogs at about the 32-yard line. Tackle made quickly as he gets to the 35. And we are off the 21.1 seconds, but we still do have 13.4 seconds. And I honestly, all that time had passed, and I had forgotten about the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
It's easy to do, Jeremy. It was a long time ago.
That was the toe touch one, right?
Yes, I think so.
I don't remember what what was the call? It was unsportsmanlike conduct. What happened? Since then, we had a PAT try, a timeout, a conference, and everything else in between.
To conference, well, here is a little razzle-dazzle play for the War Dogs. This is number 2 as he is finally out of bounds at the 48-yard line. Ty Mercer, 6.1 seconds. And, Roger, it's we may have a chance to see the War Dogs heave it into the end zone in these last couple of seconds of the second quarter.
Well, yeah, you know, they got away with it on their last possession. I don't think it'll happen again, at least not for a touchdown. They may get the shot at it, but we'll
Jeremy,
see what happens.
I think we're going to see the old backyard play here with a lot of tosses. That's just my guess, so we'll see.
Pooler from the shotgun. There's one toss. That's exactly what happened. And here's a hat. Whoa, it almost looked like a punt. And number 15. Oh, and that's probably the best sound I've heard all game long. That is the sound of the buzzer, and that means that we are officially at the end of the first half. Wagner Bulldogs 34, the Miami War Dogs 13. We didn't think we'd ever get to the halftime, but we appreciate the sponsor.
And as the Wagner Bulldog Marching Band is getting set up, I want to let you know the Wagner Grad Night with Smoking Sisters Barbecue is hosting a chopped beef sandwich dinner before the game Thursday night in the parking lot by the show barn. $6 chopped beef sandwich, chips, and a soda. So again, that's Wagner Grad Night with Smoking Sisters Barbecue hosting chopped beef sandwich dinner before the game Thursday night in the parking lot by the show barn. $6. Get you a chopped beef sandwich, chips, and a soda, and it will definitely be worth it. I had a chopped beef sandwich for lunch today, and it was so good. Can't wait to get another one. So I'm going to have to go out there on Thursday night before the game next week. We also want to get you another shout-out to our halftime show sponsor, Century 21, Miss Charlotte Swinson. We appreciate so much her support for the Wagner community and for Friday Night Bulldogs, as she sponsors all of our halftime shows here for Friday Night Bulldogs. Hopefully you can see on the field there the band getting set up and ready to go, so we're going to toss it back to them as we watch their halftime show. Thank you once again for being
Ladies and gentlemen, the Wagner High School Bulldog Marching Band under the direction of Jeremy Williams, Dave Smith, and drum major Amber Ivy. And it's our pleasure this evening to announce Grad Night 50-50. The winner will walk away with $467 in cash this evening. The Grad's Night share will be donated to the Kyle Emmons family. Gotta like that. The Grad Night winning ticket number is number 528729. Number 528729. And Grad Night again.
And we are back with you after the Wagner Bulldog Band gave that great performance. And before that, we saw the Miami War Dog Band, and appreciate them putting on the halftime show. And we're able to bring that to you live because of our halftime show sponsor, Century 21. Miss Charlotte Swinson over at Century 21 has been a great sponsor.
During halftime, and I believe it was Mouse Meat talked about that there was actually more flags during the second quarter than they saw all halftime.
That's right, Jeremy, and it is 9:30, and no, we're not rivaling the NFL with the Chargers and Oakland with their late night start. But let me tell you, just to give you a little glimpse of what happened in the second quarter. There's the kick, Harlan. And there's a flag.
Okay, I didn't know if you caught that or not, but yeah, believe it or not, it is the third quarter. Although it just sounded like the second quarter and looked like the second quarter with a flag flying in on the very first play.
Again, it's not on a loop. This is live stream.
You are getting your money's worth, as this is live, okay? It's not pre-recorded, although it looks that way.
And, Jeremy, I'll tell you what, we could almost lump it into the second quarter because technically the third quarter hasn't started yet. The 12 is still on the scoreboard there. I think we, We just need something different to talk about there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I believe Charlotte Swenson may have made a call down to the refs to say, you know what, I want a little bit more love for halftime as Century 21 sponsored our halftime.
That's right. She wants to show a house this week, so go see her for your real estate needs. And here's the kick. We'll see if we can get through this one without a flag.
I'll tell you what, if number 4, Justice Beats, who's still on his feet, Beats running hard, if he doesn't catch that ball, it's going to bounce out of bounds, and we're going to have another flag.
By number 4, Justice Beats.
And, well, there wasn't a flag this time. We'll look for a conference as they come out. We've been conferencing up here during halftime about the conferences and the talks and everything else going on. But it looked clean that time. We got one clean play, 11:51 on the clock. We are moving forward tonight.
First and 10 for Wagner Bulldogs, ball at their own 39-yard line. Again, we love our Friday Night Bulldog crowd because they're really patient with us. During our webcast, and they allow us a lot of freedom when the scores start getting out of hand. So we've got a 1st and 10 play. I think that's Charbonneau up under center. Here's a pitch out to number 3. That's A.J. Freeth. Freeth slides through a couple of tackles and now is tackled at about the 43-yard line. We're going to give him 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, Jeremy, you ran a long way to gain a couple yards there, and we got some action in the chat room, I think, there, Roger.
Yeah. Mouse Meat says, Pete and repeat, we're sitting on a fence. Pete fell off. Who was left? Who knows? They threw a flag.
That was, that's very aptly put, Mouse Meat. Boy, it does seem like somebody's falling off the fence here. That's for sure. It might be us. I don't know.
That's true. It could be us. There he is under center. Gives it to Evitt. Evitt goes up the middle, then cuts it to the left and gets out of bounds. Gains a few yards there, and Jeremy, in the first half, I thought maybe Ed Hockley had entered into the game as our referee tonight. I don't know. We'll leave that alone maybe.
Well, I'll tell you what, the best friend of the Miami War Dogs on that play was the sidelines, as Evitt was only able to get about 2 on the play.
You know, Evitt, he's an excellent back, and then I think he also saw big number 71 there.
Rathjen. If there has been one bright spot of the War Dogs, it's been Rathjen. Also Pooler on some plays, and Christian Folks has had some great plays for the War Dogs. Here's Rodriguez from the Wildcat. Rodriguez, 40, 35, 30, and he pushes one War Dog out of the way. He's still on his feet. Rodriguez looking for the end zone, but he's finally shoved out of bounds by a few of the War Dogs. I don't know if you guys caught that at home, but he just shoved one of the War Dogs out of the way.
Rodriguez just making space for himself wherever he wants to, and what an incredible game he's had. What was one touchdown run, one touchdown pass, and now a long run, and maybe they'll give him a little bit of love if he can catch his breath here to go ahead and finish this one off.
I'll tell you what, I'm putting him on my fantasy team for sure. So,
well, Jeremy, I play against you in fantasy. You might do well to put him on there.
This is 1st and goal inside the 5.
1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Charbonneau up under center, I formation. It's Lee and Evitt in the backfield. Here's Evitt. Evitt straight up the middle, and he's in for the score. I thought they were going to stuff him at about the 1, but he was able to twist in and go in for the score. Touchdown, Wagner. That was a minute, 17 seconds into this 3rd quarter, Roger.
You know, I'll have to take your word on that one because I hit my blind spot up here in the booth. I really couldn't see what was going on.
We got Roger shoved over here in a corner, so he has a tough time when he gets down to the end zone on his side.
It's kind of like my office at work.
We got an extra point attempt by Tanner Rowland, number 17, Chase Barnett, with the hold to try to make it 41. Kick is up, and it is good. I was a little puzzled there to go to 41 because we had talked about Tanner Rowland and his perfect strikes or perfect extra points. But remember, they had, I know it's hard to believe, there was a penalty on the play. And so that inched the Bulldogs closer to the goal line. They tried to go for 2, and it failed.
That's right. I believe it was Woodson at the time tried to roll out and get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion and not quite able to convert that one. And so it is 41-13 here with the Bulldogs leading right now. 10:43 to go in the third quarter.
41-13. We're real early in the third quarter, and hopefully it's not going to go as long as that second quarter did. But we appreciate the sponsor of the third quarter, Three Rivers Surgical Center, and bringing Friday Night Bulldogs to you at home.
You know, they're asking on here, does anyone know how Drama did today?
You know, I have not heard. They competed in regional one-act play, and I'd forgotten about that. They actually had to hightail it back because we had some of the drama students that were part of the homecoming festivities. So I believe it was an Oologah maybe, and they had to hightail it back after their act was over. As Roland kicks it deep, ball will be fielded at about the 5-yard line. This is number 7 on the return, number 17 on the tackle. Number 7, Cameron Ford, and 17 is Chase Barnett down quickly to make the stop. War Dog ball, 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line.
That was a great job by Barnett to get the tackle there as the War Dog player tries to throw a move out there, but he's able to grab him by the ankles and bring him down. War Dogs first down, 22-yard line, and their first possession of the second half.
And, well, after this play, whoa, that was a big hit by number 61 and 50. That's Derek Marshall, and number 50 is Wyatt Probst. Again, Derek Marshall is wearing number 61 tonight in honor of Kyle Emmons. Kyle Emmons, a former teammate. I believe he is on that state championship team. He was the center, I believe, for the Bulldogs, and he was injured very badly in an ambush, really, as he is a soldier in our armed forces in Afghanistan, and he is actually on his way home. His mom and dad, Leah and Darren Emmons, listening tonight to Friday Night Bulldogs. Hope they're still listening as we send our thoughts and prayers to the Emmons family and Kyle, as he is our hero, all of our heroes, and on his way back stateside. And they are very eager to see him. I believe he's going to come to San Antonio for his rehabilitation, and we appreciate the support that the Emmons family has given to Wagner Public Schools for a very long time, and the part that Kyle played on the football field during that championship team, and more importantly, the part he plays in keeping our country free and safe. Here's Pooler. Pooler cut down at about the 30-yard line. That's Cantrell and Clayton on the stop. Pooler gets pretty good yardage to the 30-yard line. 4th and 2, and you got to punt the ball, don't you, Roger?
Well, if I was a coach, I probably would punt the ball, but seeing where they're at right now, who knows with these War Dogs, they got to get something going.
Right now, Pooler is in the shotgun unless there's a pooch punt coming. It looks like they may be going for it.
You got to think he's got the hard count because there's been so many flags here, Jeremy. We saw it in the second quarter a few times, and the whistle's going to blow. Going to be a timeout for the War Dogs.
Timeout to think about it, whether it's too early to go for it on 4th down. I've got to believe being down by 28 points, maybe you do have to go for it on a 4th and 2.
Yeah, but also I think they're on the wrong end of the field.
That is true. They're sitting on their 30-yard line as comments start rolling in through our chat room. Apparently, Richard Brewster down in Trinidad went through some type of earthquake. I don't know if you guys covered that during there at the end of the halftime, but the comments are rolling in, said that it was a 6.0 off the coast of Venezuela. So something's going on down there.
Well, you know, the only thing we covered at the end of the halftime there was you got a Dr. Pepper, and I see you brought us Diet Dr. Peppers. I don't know what you're saying.
That is true. I had a regular Dr. Pepper. Now, Harlan asked for one, but
I did ask.
I couldn't decide. I know when we Roger's family and my family ate together a couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember whether it was you or Stacy that got the Diet Dr. Pepper, so I went with you.
That'll work. I'll drink it. Yeah, I'm a diet drink person. person.
That was Cantrell almost with the punt block. And here's Hayden Ford on the return. Quick downfield is his namesake, number 2, Ty Mercer. Tackled immediately, and the Bulldogs will have the ball 1st and 10 just outside their own 40.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. And Jeremy, did we go a whole series there without a flag on the play?
At the 41-yard line, first down.
I think we went through that whole War Dog series without a flag that time. I'm not completely sure, but I know we at least went 2 or 3 plays. And for tonight, we're on a roll.
They just blew the whistle for a timeout. That was it.
That's right. We did have a clock stoppage, but it wasn't because there was yellow on the field.
So it's, maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see a few more drives like that. That'll be Woodson from the shotgun. Chase Barnett gets the inside handoff, and Roger, you just had to say it. There's the flag that comes on the field.
I'm sorry. It was my fault. It was the broadcast jinx.
That's right. We talked about Roland. He's not worried about the broadcast jinx, but apparently the referees heard us talking and said, "Oh, we got to get some more camera time and get our names out there, and we're going pro next year."
Conference. All conference.
That's right. Next week, check your papers, everyone out there listening at home. All conference referee selections. Wagner Bulldogs referees versus the Miami War Dogs at WL Oldham Stadium. But it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs here after the penalty.
And in case you guys forgot, there is a football game going on down there as Woodson takes a snap from the shotgun. Here's Hayden Ford with the catch, and he's able to get across the 45 to the 47-yard line. That was after that penalty, got the penalty yards back and some. We're going to call it a pickup of we'll give them 11 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and a long 4.
It's a big-time pass and catch for the Bulldogs. Puts them right back on schedule as far as the down and yardage, the distance go. On offense, that's kind of your goal, is to stay, right there where the first down is in grasp on the next play, and the Bulldogs do a good job of getting closer.
Woodson up under center, Lee and Hawkins in the backfield. Here's a toss to Hawkins. Hawkins around the corner, down the sidelines, picks up a great block downfield, and Hawkins gets to about the inside the 13-yard line and looked like a horse collar tackle, but I believe the refs might have missed that one.
Yeah, I think his view was blocked from the play, or at least that's what they're going to say anyway.
And that's the first time tonight that you're going to hear us say that they didn't throw a flag there, but maybe there should have been one. But, we haven't talked a lot about Hawkins tonight, and there he is. For the War Dogs, maybe they forgot all about him, and all of a sudden, here he is. He's reminding them that I'm still here, I'm still around.
Picked up a great block downfield by number 20. I believe that's Thavian Faison, as Rodriguez is the man in motion on this first down play. Here's KJ Lee straight up the middle, and he is met by number 70, Skylar Vaughn, making the stop. Lee will give him 1 on the play, 2nd and 9. That drama team that we were talking about, according to Regina, I think she said the drama team took first place. So congratulations to the WHS drama team taking first place in regional competition. So hopefully have our Friday Night Bulldog fans are talking about Richard Brewster. This is Hawkins over the left side. Hawkins is going to go untouched into the end zone for a score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Tell you what, Jeremy, it looked like at the end of the play there he was taking a stroll in the park. He just stopped and walked it in. He had plenty of room. But the cool thing about it is, yes, we're bringing you Friday Night Bulldogs, and we're talking about football tonight, but Wagner Bulldogs and the Wagner community have a lot of things to be proud of with our students, from our athletics to the academic team to the drama team, the band, the mass communications class, doing a great job and showing off their skills behind the scenes. Incredible things happening with the young men and women in the Wagner community.
I believe the band got 2nd at their competition. Superior, excuse me, we were corrected in here in the booth. That's great.
Number 34, Alex Wisdom, getting some kicking chores tonight for the Bulldogs. I guess Roland is going to call it a night.
Got to get somebody else a little bit of experience just to make sure we can count on them as well. It's going to bring it to Jeremy, I believe that says 48 out there. I need my glasses now. 48-13, Bulldogs up in this one. 6:45 left in the third quarter. That's right. You heard that right. Third quarter, 6:45 to go. And Bulldogs up big in this one. And there's been a lot of offense, and the defense has been there as well for the Bulldogs.
A couple of plays that they gave up, some big plays there in the first half, but outside of that, they've come up pretty strong, have created a couple of turnovers when the War Dogs thought they might be getting something going on. And Alex Wisdom is going to tee the ball up for the ensuing kickoff. Number 34, Alex Wisdom, checking in for Tanner Rowland. Rowland's going to call it a night. He's going to hit the locker room, maybe the ice bath for that leg of his. Back deep to receive for the War Dogs, number 5, Brandon Hesse, and number 7, Cameron Ford. Again, awaiting the Alex Wisdom kick. 6:45 left in this third quarter, and this is a long time to be waiting on a kick. There's the whistle, and here we go, Wisdom with the kick. It's going to be number 5 on the return, Hesse. He got a little wedge, and Hesse across the 35 and finally shoved out of bounds at the 37-yard line is actually the kicker, Wisdom, showing Wisdom, punching the guy out of bounds.
Great call there, Jeremy. Good pun intended. But that's going to be a first down for the War Dogs after Wisdom able to push him out of bounds there. And I don't know what took so long, before the kickoff there. We're waiting for the whistle. I didn't see a conference or a flag or anything, but maybe it was a conference call. Jeremy, as they're all spread out and had to talk about it there.
Maybe got some microphones on the inside of those hats instead of the helmets.
It's Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth, there you go. That's number 52, Devin Cantrell, tackling the quarterback, Pooler, for the loss. And any more hits like that, he's going to be hitting the pool, the ice pool that is, after the game, as Cantrell almost took his head off.
That's for sure. He was in the backfield real quick. No chance for the War Dogs to get anything started there. Second down and long now, 15 to go. Ball's on the 35-yard line. He has the snap. There's the handoff, and quickly Folks is brought down. Just no room to run. Looks like it's going to be another 2 yards lost on that one, Jeremy.
I think that's number 50. That's Wyatt Probst on the tackle. And, again, the War Dogs are just going backwards now.
I think that Coach Condict had a little talk with the guys because, it's not that the defense was doing anything wrong. It's just that, there were a few big plays there that of course, upsetting to a coach with the defense like the Bulldogs have, So, and as far as this series goes, the War Dogs are definitely on the move back.
Pooler from the shotgun on a 3rd and 17 play. Pressure put on by Marshall. Pooler finally throws it downfield, and he overthrows the intended receiver, number 2, Ty Mercer. Incomplete pass will make it 4th and 17. 5:17 left in this third quarter. Again, the third quarter sponsor for Friday Night Bulldogs is Three Rivers Surgical Center out of Muskogee. We appreciate their support of Friday Night Bulldogs.
4th down 17, and in punt formation for the visitors, number 71.
And, we apologize for maybe some radio silence, because between every play, it just seems like there's so much time. I mean, we're still waiting on the punt.
It does, and the unfortunate thing about that is the clock isn't moving. It was an incomplete pass.
Hey, here's number
one.
71. Here's our favorite player, Rathjen. Unfortunately, it went off the side of his foot as Rathjen punted it away. He's doing everything tonight.
Big guy, but not a big foot.
Well, it looked like he had a big foot. Maybe he was too big for the ball because that thing just kind of plunked off there and didn't go a long ways, and the Bulldogs will take over with the short field on that one. And the only thing I can think of, Jeremy, is the old commentator from the Water Boy. They're just not holding anything back, tonight. You got to leave it all out on the field. So you're down 48-13. Might as well throw the big man back there.
Well, it definitely went off the side of his foot, but Rathjen showing some Renaissance play or something. I mean, he's been running the ball. He's definitely been tackling. He's been blocking. Now he's punting. So who knows? Next series we may see him at quarterback.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Bulldogs hand it off here up the middle. Not a lot of room there, pushing the pile forward. Pile still moving around. Finally, referees blow the whistle. Looks like he's going to have maybe a 1 yard gain there.
You know, speaking of Rathjen and being a Renaissance man, that was number 61, Derek Marshall, who's usually on the line. That was him running the ball. And he's going to pick up 1 yard on the play.
That's right. And Jeremy Walgo, I don't know if you saw it, but number 71 from the War Dogs, Rathjen, and Marshall having a conversation there as he was on the defensive side, and they were showing some good sportsmanship after the play. So good to see him get the ball in his hands as well.
Well, it looks like a little tit for tat here going on for the War Dogs and Bulldogs. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins breaking some tackles, and finally he's tackled by number 22 for the War Dogs, Irvin Myers. Hawkins going to pick up. We'll give him 3 yards on the play, 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
And that was Irvin Myers on the tackle, not to be confused with Ohio State's head coach, Urban Meyer. He's still over in Ohio getting ready to coach a game, I'm sure, tomorrow. But long-lost cousin or something, Irvin Myers, here to make the tackle tonight for the War Dogs.
Well, we might need Urban Myers and no slap to the – well, we'll come back to that. Here's Charbonneau on a rollout. He got number 33, makes the catch, and he is tackled at the 5-yard line. Number 33, Brandon Goodfellow. That's never mind. Oh, okay. Hey, that'll stick.
Going to go against the defense, but that was a flag on the play.
Yeah, you guys are so used to us talking about a flag, all we have to say is uh-oh now.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But the pitch and catch from Charbonneau to Goodfellow will count. It was a roughing the passer call, personal foul, 15 yards tacked on to the end of the run. I guess if you're going to have it, you might as well have it here, Roger.
Well, I'm wondering how they're going to tack 15 yards onto the end of that run.
And the referee literally took 1.5 steps from where it was.
That's a short 15 yards.
Well, hey, we're just happy right now that they didn't have to have a conference about it.
That's right. Hey, the next play hasn't started yet, so we can't guarantee it, but the whistle has blown. They're getting ready for it.
Here's a 1st and goal just outside the 1. Rodriguez from the Wildcat. Rodriguez takes it straight up the middle, and he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs. I believe that's a run and a throw for Rodriguez.
And a reception.
But that one, I think, came back, didn't it? Did that one come back?
It's almost 10 o'clock. We're going to go with he at least got there. If it got called back, he still got there. So we're giving them a trifecta tonight.
We can't remember. I think they went ahead and counted that. That was the unsportsmanlike conduct maybe that they got after the touchdown.
Was that the first one or the 10th one?
Well, so that is the trifecta for Rodriguez. He's got a touchdown pass, he's got a touchdown run, and a touchdown catch. Not too sure if that happens very often at any level.
I'd like to see a PAT or a field goal.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Go for the cycle.
Throw him out there, get him in the kicking game, and just see what happens. I mean, everything is going good tonight. Everything he does works. Let's just put him out there for everything.
All he needs now is a score on the defensive side.
That's right.
Maybe in
pick six, a fumble recovery.
There you go.
Anything will work in that variety.
I mean, honestly, I can't. I don't think that I have seen that. I'm sure it's happened in the high school level, but it's a pretty impressive feat by Roman Rodriguez. A touchdown throw of I believe it was about 45 yards. I mean, he heaved it, and it was on target. Great catch by Hayden Ford early in the first half. That was.
That's right, and that wasn't one of those toss back throws or anything. He was standing in the pocket and just chunked it down the field. It was only in the air for 5 yards, and then the receiver ran and caught it. I mean, it was like a Hail Mary bomb. Caught in the touchdown, caught in the end zone for a touchdown.
So Rodriguez with I believe it was about a 40, 45-yard touchdown throw, had about a 7-yard or 9-yard touchdown reception, and now he adds to that about another yard and a half of a touchdown run. And here is the War Dogs. Here are the War Dogs. 26 yards. although that was one War Dog. So he was able to return it across the 30 to the 32-yard line.
You know, it almost looks like our fans are starting what I would call our victory formation for those in the stands, making their way out. You know,
that's right. It is looking like a mass exodus here, but you know, you got to remember the fans are used to leaving by this time most of the time.
Here's
games.
a problem with the.
There's going to be a flag on the play there as there was a fumbled snap. Ball rolls around all over the place. Not sure who jumped on it there. But there is a flag on the play, and the referees will have a conference.
You better believe it. I think he already signaled that the Wagoner Bulldogs have the fumble recovery. It was a trouble with the pitch. Not sure what went on, but the flag actually came out right about the time that the pitch came out.
You know, if I had glasses or binoculars, it'd be a great time to do some bad lip reading. We'd probably be pretty good at it as many conferences as
I think right now, I think they're talking about where they're eating after. Actually, they're talking about, are we going to get out alive?
That's probably right. I was thinking they were talking about the McDonald's chicken strips that they have now or whatever they're called, you know, trying to figure out who has them, who took them. That's why they keep getting together in their conference is to say, hey, we got to figure this out before the game's over with.
Well, they waved it off.
They waved the flag off, so now we're just getting real desperate here. Because they're just wanting to throw some flags, and they're like, we probably shouldn't throw that one.
They just want to get together. It's been a while since they all talked together, so they came together and said, all right, let's call this one off. We got together. We feel good about it. We'll let the War Dogs have it for another down.
I hope we aren't losing you guys at home because it's still 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in this third quarter. And I know you guys are patient with us, and you'll allow us a lot of leeway when it comes to blowouts like this, but I hope we're not taking advantage of that as just things have just kind of gotten
the sprint by number 9, Sawyer Fuller.
Well, I'm not sure how to describe it because
we'll just say it's gotten just a little bit out of hand maybe from the score perspective and maybe from the referee's perspective, maybe from our perspective as well. But Jeremy, on that last one, it was a great job by Puller to do the fake to the running back. Everybody thought the running back had the ball, including me. And then all of a sudden, Puller able to gain about 9, and they're close to a first down here.
And I'm sorry, I totally missed that play. And Puller, I did not miss this play. Puller is going to get first down yardage as the War Dogs try to put together a drive here.
Just think of, last week, Denver versus Dallas. A little Peyton Manning. Not that I'm going to rub it in or anything. Nice fake handoff.
Oh yeah, that was a great play. And I'm a Peyton Manning fan. I'm actually a Bronco fan too, but obviously Cowboys. Oh, it was just. Whew,
hey, don't worry, I was sweating it. That was a great game.
Puller did pick up first down yardage. A 1st and 10, the ball at the 44-yard line. Puller from the shotgun, hands off to Folks. Folks tries to make the corner, makes one tackler miss, and he going to pick up 4. As we're about at the minute and a half left in this third quarter. Again, third quarter brought to you by Three Rivers Surgical Center out of Muskogee. We appreciate the support that Three Rivers Surgical Center has given Friday Night Bulldogs. And Mouse Meat, appreciate it. She said they're still here, so they're still listening. Appreciate that because things are just getting really dicey up here.
Right, and if any of you are getting texts from your friends before they leave, not while they're driving, tell them to turn the game on when they get home.
There you go. Absolutely. Puller from the shotgun. He's going to hand off to Folks straight up the middle, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. May have fell forward for a yard.
That's right, and Jeremy, we are under a minute to go in the third quarter. Still got about 12 and a half, a little over 12 and a half to go in the game here, and third quarters went pretty fast, relatively fast. Don't want to jinx it for the fourth quarter here, but
21.1 seconds.
Exactly.
That's right. We may stop on that number again. Let's hope not, but it's going to be third down for the War Dogs, and they've just had trouble in the third quarter, and it's hard to come back out from the locker room down big to really get excited for what's going to come in the second half here, and they've had a hard time. Let's see if they can convert here on the 3rd down and 5.
Puller from the shotgun as we're looking under 15 seconds left in this third quarter. Puller is going to hand off to Folks. Folks tries to get around that corner, slips a couple tackles, gets down, and here comes another flag. We're under 21.1 at least. We're at 5.8, but here comes the flag.
I was going to say I can't see the scoreboard. I bet it's probably 2.1.
And, Jeremy, you probably heard it from the crowd there. As soon as the flag came out, it was, and I'm not sure it's because they were upset about a call. I think it was more, it's another flag.
I'd be interested to see from the stat sheet of how many flags have been thrown tonight, how many penalties there were. There have been a couple. No, I don't think any of them have been declined. One of them was waved off, but that was it.
That's right. They got together, waved one off. They're going to count this one off. Looks like it's going to be a first down for the War Dogs this time around, as they're able to get something going via the penalty, which that's been much of their offense tonight, has really been the penalty yardage and getting the automatic first downs that come with that. But it would definitely be interesting to see the stat sheet, Jeremy, and I think we'll see the referees in the locker room with the ice on the shoulder.
Here's Folks over the right side. He trips as he gets across the 35-yard line. Appreciate Regina still. She says she's still here, just fighting, going to sleep.
You guys, I'm going to give it up to that number 71 again. He's really impressed me. He not only is he in there every play, he just helped our guy up, and patted him on the back.
Yeah, and he's been shown good sportsmanship all night long. As I said, there was a conversation that was taking place between him and the Wagner Bulldogs' Marshall, and it was very good-natured, and they looked like they were kind of ribbing each other a little bit and just having a good time. Even though the score's a little out of hand, they're still developing some friendships out there.
And believe it or not, if you look down there at about the 35-yard line, I think you guys can look at it at home. Yet another conference.
Is that Milligan?
That's actually Mr. Milligan, the high school principal, and the head coach, Dale Condit, with a conference, and we may be looking at a mercy rule at this time.
Yeah, you got to be thinking that they're talking about getting this one over with, or at least let's move it along. Let's not throw any more flags, and Condit's still out there talking to the referee, so we'll see what's going on here.
55-13 as we are just now starting the fourth quarter, and it is 9:56. I believe some of the Wagner faithful are just kind of they just kind of want to go home.
That's right. Just a little bit tired tonight, and let me tell you something that'll get your energy up at least for next week. Wagner Grad Night with Smoking Sisters Barbecue hosting chopped beef sandwich dinner before the game Thursday night in the parking lot by the show barn at $6. Get you a chopped beef sandwich, some chips, and a soda. So make sure to go over there, show your support for Grad Night, and I guarantee you the Smoking Sisters Barbecue will be worth the $6, not to mention the chips and the soda.
Absolutely, it will. And, again, too much of that, and you're probably going to have to go to our sponsor of our fourth quarter, Three Rivers Surgical Center. There's a great hit by number 17, Chase Barnett on Folks. Barnett with a great open field tackle. We appreciate our supporter of Friday Night Bulldogs out of Muskogee, Three Rivers Surgical Center.
They were down there talking to the refs. I was wondering, there is a chance of storms tonight. Maybe there's something coming in behind us that we can't see. But, of course, those of you at home can check the radar on your internet, and we can check it on our phones here. And I didn't see anything, so who knows what they were talking about.
Well, could you imagine if it starts lightning?
30-minute delay.
Somebody slapped me for saying that.
I think we'll forego the delay tonight. I mean, cooler heads will prevail in that particular situation, I would think. But here comes the War Dogs. Pooler has it, rolls out to his right, throws it, and it is
caught.
That's a controversial call there.
All right, guys. Hey, just let them have it, okay? Let's continue to go.
That's right. Hey, you know what? With the catch, that means the clock moves. The clock keeps going. It keeps running. Coaches, think about it.
I don't know if you guys were able to see that at home, get a good shot of that, but it did look like at least it was bobbled.
Hey, was that number 62? Was that an odd number?
I'm not sure, as we have another pass completion to number 2. That's Ty Mercer. Now all of a sudden the War Dogs are moving down the field, and I guess all they needed was it to be in the fourth quarter.
That's right. Get those fours up over on the Miami War Dogs sideline, and all of a sudden they say we're going to score a touchdown. We're going to start passing the ball, and we haven't seen much of the passing game from the War Dogs, and here they are, hands it off up the middle. This time, not a lot of room there. Gains 2 or 3 yards before he's brought down. But maybe they should stick with the passing game. It's been working.
Folks inside the 5 to the 4-yard line as the clock is almost at the 10-minute mark.
Let me go back to something I said. Number 62 is not an odd number. That's an odd number to be catching a pass.
It is definitely an odd number to be catching a pass. And it'd have been very odd if it was actually the real Jerry Reed.
That would have been.
Jerry Reed, of course, he would be going, well, he'd kind of be going the wrong direction. He'd be going, that'd be northbound and down. And here's Folks for the touchdown. Touchdown, War Dogs. Number 24, Christian Folks, from about 4 yards away. Maybe he heard the northbound, and he went northbound in for the score.
That's right, and the Miami War Dogs sideline finally has something to be excited about as, we could hear that cheer from over here. They were finally getting that out, getting it out of their system, able to stand up and stretch a little bit.
They're going to take another dip into that lead there as they're going for 2.
It looks like he's got it there, and he does. He converts the 2-point conversion. So, Folks responsible for 8 points that time.
You were talking Renaissance players and all that, and it kind of got me looking over here on their crowd, kind of abstract. Let's go from Renaissance to abstract. It almost looks like they make an M. I don't think they mean to do that.
That's very.
You see it?
Very observant there. I do see it. I do see it. We're going to put the camera on it. I hope maybe you guys can see that at home.
And ladies and gentlemen, the score is 55-21, and so we're looking at an N in the crowd for the Miami War Dogs here.
For the Miami War Dogs.
It's actually the gaps. It's more of the gaps that make the M than the actual people.
Yeah.
So it's very, very intuitive there, Roger. Hopefully you guys were able to see that at home. Well, we're just really grasping.
Sorry.
We're really grasping right now.
We had a conference in the press box to talk about that. It's still 9.5 minutes to go here. We got to find something.
Sorry,
yeah, check out that crowd.
50.
Like I said, Dennis Miller is probably going to be one and done. Don't let that dude back on the radio or the internet.
55-21, and 9.5 minutes, and we're. I hope you guys tell us. You say enough is enough, and we'll get back to the game. But I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are. This is Barnett, Chase Barnett, still on his feet, and sidelines again. The War Dogs' friend.
Barnett refusing to go down there. The sideline was certainly his friend. It looked like there was a face mask there, but the flag stays in the pocket this time, and that's okay. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're going to spot it, looks like, at about the 31-yard line here.
And I think that's something you like to see is a good, hard, tough run, even when the score is what it is. Don't give up, even if you're ahead.
First down, wagoner.
Conference again?
Yeah, well, it was just between two of them, though. If we're here much longer, we're probably going to be experiencing our own earthquake here in Wagner. Richard Brewster, we talked about the earthquake in Trinidad and down in South American area. Here's Lawrence Evett to the 40-yard line with 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Again, it seems like we talk about this every week. When you're up this far, when you're up this much, do you risk getting a player hurt?
That's right, and there's different ways to look at it, Jeremy. We've talked about them week in and week out. One is to keep the momentum rolling, keeping it going, keep the players out there, and it looks like that's what the Bulldogs are electing to do. The other is to let's hold it back, let's get some other people some experience. Here's the snap, handoff is to Evett up the middle again, cuts it out to the right. He's still on his feet, pushed out of bounds, finally at about the 48-yard line, still in Bulldog territory, but right at about midfield there. Evett's going to have first down and 10.
Looked like he had a couple of words for Ty Mercer there.
Yeah, I think he did. And looked like Condit may have had a couple of words for Evett as Evett is able to get first down yardage. First and 10. Really, Evett hasn't touched the ball much tonight. I mean, obviously he's made the most of every possession he's had, but he really hasn't touched the ball a lot.
We really haven't called his name a lot except for those big runs and talking about he's either caught or gone, and then all of a sudden, he has several touchdowns and probably over 200 yards here in the game. But you're right, there hadn't been a lot of conversation, kind of a quiet 200 if that's even possible.
Yeah, that's a little, not sure, juxtaposition maybe. Quiet 200 yards. We had a quiet 7-touchdown game, but Evatt doing what Evatt does. So a 2nd and 3 play now after KJ Lee gained 7 yards on the play. Here's a pitch out to Evatt. Evatt with a little bit of room to run across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. The ball at the War Dog 37. And right now, about the best excitement that we've had from the War Dogs anyway for a while is the War Dog band. Looks like there's a little bit of a battle of the bands going on right now.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like here as we're under 7 minutes to go. One team plays, the other team plays, and now I think they're trying to play just over the top of each other.
Woodson up under center. Here's Evatt over the left side. There's your player.
Wow.
That's Rathjen.
Yeah, and that's something you don't see often with Evatt, getting stopped behind the line like that.
That's a big old boy. We're in 4th quarter, and he's tackling a running back in the backfield for a loss. That's Wyatt Rathjen, the senior offensive and defensive lineman for the War Dogs, a 6'3", 250-pounder, played his heart out tonight.
For sure, and I get a chance to go to a lot of TU games, and I'd really like to see him in Golden Hurricane uniform with what I've seen tonight. So, Bill Blankenship, if you're listening, that's the Harlan Johnson recommendation. Get on the phone, call him up. Want to see him in the Golden Hurricane gold and blue next year.
Believe it or not, we still have 6 minutes left in this ball game. I think everybody might have fallen asleep at home. I'm not sure, but we're gonna kind of do our post-game show in the middle of the 4th quarter. We're not going to keep the WHS communications, mass communications class. We're not going to keep them after the final whistle, and we're definitely not going to keep you guys, as you might have given up on us a while ago. So we don't want to use up our grace with the Friday Night Bulldog fans.
Yeah, and I was going to mention, Jeremy, something I noticed a while ago. One of the conferences was most likely about when it's a first down, let's just keep the clock running, because they got a first down, the clock kept on rolling. Usually they stop it until the ball is placed, and that hasn't been the case in the 4th quarter. And so I would assume that was probably the conference Mr. Milligan was involved in out there. Let's keep it going, let's keep it rolling, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And it's going to be a 4th and about 6 for the Bulldogs. Woodson up under center, I formation. Here's Woodson rolling to his left. He's got Rodriguez out in the flat, but just off of his hands on a 4th down play.
What do you think about that, Jeremy? It's 4th down, under 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. You're up 55-21. Do you just give it back there and just say, have at it, or do you go ahead? I mean, a pass play? I don't know. I'm just asking a question.
Well, again, that could go both ways. You want your players to remain focused through the whole game, no matter whether it's a close game, it's a blowout, and you want to give your quarterback some work if you have that opportunity.
True, especially when you're talking about a quarterback kind of carousel that we've had with Charbonneau and Woodson. You don't know who's going to go out there from time to time.
Throw Rodriguez in there, too.
True,
right now,
Rodriguez, we can count him. The trifecta again. And so now Miami going to take a timeout before they take over on downs here. 4:43 to go in the 4th, Jeremy.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to write somebody about this game. Not sure who I write, but maybe for my own therapeutic reasons, I'm going to go home and type me out a little email and maybe just send it to myself.
I'm not sure why you have to go home. You might as well get it done now. We'll probably have it done before the game's over with. We might write our memoirs, if you will, of the game before the game's even over with and have them published. So
that's so true. We might even have time to write our eulogies right now.
Hopefully that's a long ways off for all of us.
So after that timeout, the War Dogs are ready to play, and if you look closely at the bottom screen of your right screen, well, they just broke it up. Thought we were going to get you
still two of them. We still got 2 of them with the conference.
Thought you were going to get a piece of that conference. Boy, if we only had a microphone down there, what could they possibly be talking about, Roger?
Actually, I'm scratching my head. I was trying to figure that out.
I'm telling you, I think we got the crew that is the most tight-knit, close referee group in the state of Oklahoma, and they just really like being around each other.
We got a new quarterback checking in the lineup for the War Dogs as he hands off straight up the middle, and there's all kinds of Bulldogs there to meet him. And we definitely got a battle of the bands going on as they're really going at it. Maybe in a battle of the cheerleaders too, because they're really going at it too. Before you know it, maybe we're going to have cheerleaders tackling each other. Well, and so we'll move on from there.
Well,
thanks, guys.
I was looking at this guy's last name, Mattingly, which of course brings me to thinking about baseball.
Baseball.
You know, the league championship series are coming up.
I just got caught up in the moment of the bands there and taking in all the noise, the sound from the bands, both of the bands. And
Here's
so
number 33
War Dogs
down
got
the
some room now.
sidelines. And finally tackled from behind by number 21 for the Bulldogs. 21 is Chris Murray. That's Patrick Martin, the 5'7", 160-pound, looks like a senior, 5'7", 160-pound senior, down the sidelines. Great run.
That was a nice run there. Looked like towards the end he might have gotten tired or something, going to fall over. But here's the snap from the War Dogs. Looks like a blown play here, and the quarterback is hit in the backfield very quickly. That's Brandon Mattingly, the junior quarterback out there. It was a low snap. Looked like he wanted to hand it off, but not quite able to, as number 15, Chris Chirac, for the Bulldogs in the backfield to bring him down. Just over 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter now. And so Jeremy was talking about the Battle of the Bands. It's starting to wind down, it sounds like, but it may get cranked back up here in a little bit as the War Dogs looking over to the sideline, maybe changing the play here.
Well, you know, you've heard of teams clearing the benches in a brawl. You know, what would a band brawl look like?
Well, you know, you got the we're just leaving Jeremy hanging here tonight. We'll just let him have it on his own. This is the Jeremy Holmes Show, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it may look like that old classic play where the call is the band's on the field, but it's a touchdown and he scored. You know, that'd be a great call for us to have on Friday Night Bulldogs. Maybe make some ESPN Sports Center or something like that. You know, do you believe in miracles?
Yes. Then, of course, you throw a little Madden in there. Well, you see. Well,
you know, when you get the ball in the end zone there, you know, that's what they call a touchdown.
And then, boom!
And if I had a little yellow marker, I'd be writing X's and O's all over the place.
I sure am glad that Friday Night Bulldog fans love us because right now they're probably calling the FCC right now.
No kidding. And so I mentioned somebody asked a question a while ago. My answer was, man, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm feeling a little delirious here tonight in the press box. For those of you guys at home, there is still a football game happening on the field. We're under 2 minutes now, right about a minute and a half to go. Bulldogs up 55-21 as the War Dogs back to the line of scrimmage. It's Mattingly out there for the War Dogs. Looking to the sideline as tailback in the backfield with him is number 33, Patrick Martin, and they're taking their time here. Play clock's down to 10. And they're finally getting ready. Mattingly in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers on his left, 1 receiver on the right. Getting Martin in the backfield to his left. He fakes it to Martin, keeps it on his own up the middle, and crunching hit there to get the stop, Jeremy.
I think that was Chirac and number 33, Goodfellow, with that crunching hit. Right now, the War Dogs could probably use, I believe it was Dan Mattingly. Maybe Don, that's right. I'm sorry, Don Mattingly. As you can see, I'm not very versed in my baseball.
That's right. Again, it's after 10. We'll just blame it on that.
I believe he did play for the Yankees, though, at least part of his career.
And I think Steinbrenner at one time told him to cut his hair or shave his mustache. One of the two. I can't remember.
I remember that story. And, Jeremy, what I didn't mention on that last play is that was a turnover on downs. And the Bulldogs actually going to take over. And I noticed, you got Woodson running out here as a receiver now, which is interesting. Nope. He's running back over. Maybe there's some confusion because Charbonneau is under center in the I formation for the Bulldogs. Charbonneau has it, takes the hand, or gives the handoff, up the middle. No room there for number 35, Jordan McKee, the sophomore player for the Bulldogs. So a little confusion on the Bulldog sideline that time between Woodson and maybe Charbonneau. Woodson runs back to the sideline. Charbonneau up under center. And what do you think, Jeremy?
Well, with 35 seconds left, we're going to have the quickest post-game report in the history of Friday Night Bulldogs. As Roger had actually started out maybe looking like it was going to be a game. As you remember, it was 7-0 at the near the end of the first quarter. Wagoner able to punch one in right at the end to make it 14-0, but then it was downhill from there.
Yeah, exactly. And we were somewhat jokingly talking at the beginning of the game that it'll probably be a blowout. Lo and behold, the War Dogs make it, pretty well down into our end of the field. Kind of scared us for a little bit. So,
and I'll go ahead and say that it was still a game early in the third quarter, but after that, it just got out of hand.
Yeah, I believe, 35-13 at halftime. At the end of the first quarter, it was only 7-0, Wagoner on top. And so there was some moments where, the Bulldogs not looking at their best, but all of a sudden, second half, Bulldogs really showing who they are and coming out and proving that they're number one in the state and they deserve it.
So Evitt with a few scores. We talked about Rodriguez with a few scores. Hayden Ford with some great catches. KJ Lee always strong, able to get the tough yards inside. And Woodson and Charbonneau, that combination. As far as offense-wise, a couple of boneheaded plays with some unsportsmanlike conducts and things of that nature, but firing on all cylinders there. And then the defense, a couple of times that they were give up scores, obviously, as the War Dogs put up 21 on them on some pretty long plays, if I recall. But other than that, and a couple of costly penalties, but other than that, Roger, the defense played really well also.
Yeah, exactly. After they got themselves situated, they got back into the game, and they certainly tightened up their defense.
So I think that's probably going to do it. As we're getting into seems like the wee hours of the morning by now, but we appreciate all our fans of Friday Night Bulldogs. We appreciate our sponsors. Three Rivers Surgical Center obviously sponsored about 2 or 3 quarters throughout this game. We had Armstrong Bank to sponsor one. Of course, Century 21, Charlotte Swenson for halftime. And we appreciate all their support of Friday Night Bulldogs. And we appreciate all the support that you gave us at home as we had a time up here for sure.
I tell you what, we had a good time. It was a good score for the Bulldogs tonight. Again, 55-21 is the final. We had a lot of flags, a lot of conferences. Hopefully you guys had some fun with us during those flags and conferences and covering those. And make sure and hang out with us next week as we're a special Thursday night edition of Friday Night Bulldogs. Maybe we'll be Thursday Night Bulldogs just for 1 week if you'll allow us to. So next week, Thursday Night Bulldogs as it's fall break. Be with us there. And just thank you so much for being with us tonight.
We appreciate everyone logging on. Thanks, Harlan, for bringing that up. Next week, it'll be on Thursday due to fall break. The Bulldogs not sure who's on the schedule, but appreciate Roger Schilling stepping up in the press box with us tonight. Roger, one last word for the fans at home.
Well, I think that tonight the Wagoner Bulldogs showed why they are number one in the state, and they're going to remain that way. So, and I just want to, thank you guys for letting me come up in here into your little part of the world, part of the stadium, and just have some fun tonight. And I think it was a good night for it.
I tell you this much: we were in our own little world tonight. Let me tell you. So appreciate Roger Schilling stepping into the press box with us. Harlan Johnson, he's been with you every week, and hopefully everything went well for you at home. Started out a little rough. Don't forget, you can go back and watch this. It'll be posted online probably by tomorrow, where you can watch it all over again, all the flags and the conferences and everything, if you just were bored outside of your mind tomorrow. So, again, we thank everyone for watching Friday Night Bulldogs. Harlan, one last word.
Oh, all I got for you, Jeremy, is good fight and good night.
And we'll end it on that note. This is Jeremy Holmes saying good night and God bless America.